Hey everybody, welcome to another fantastic episode of the Suzette Speaks Show. I'm Suzette Speaks. For those of you who are joining for the first time, I want to welcome you. I'm grateful that you're here. Shout out to all of those who are already in the chat. I see you. Welcome to our broadcast partners. Welcome to the co-host today, Jamaicans.com Facebook page. I want to welcome all of you who are watching there. And I also want to welcome all of my Suzette Speaks fans of the Facebook page, and of course my subscribers right here on YouTube. Welcome. We have a juicy conversation for you today. I'm feeling ready for a dating conversation that needs to be had. I have an expert, although he told me to tell y'all he is not representing the entire gender and the entire manosphere. And if you've never heard of what the manosphere is, welcome to the show. We're going to school you today. Let's get it. We're going to talk to a neophyte, as he calls himself, in the manosphere. He is a content creator, and he's going to tell me about the dating tips he's been using and what has worked and what has not worked. And if you guys are not familiar with the manosphere, we're going to get quite familiar today. We're also going to get familiar with this term red pill versus blue pill. Let me tell you, as a YouTuber, I had no idea what anyone was talking about when they kept saying red pill versus blue pill. So he's going to break that all the way down for us. But more importantly, we're going to talk about what we need to be doing to get that special someone in 2022. I want to welcome you. I see the chat is busy. Hit the like button. You know what to do. We got a conversation that is very much needed. I think there's a lot of people speaking across each other, at each other, coming from a position of I'm right, you're wrong, and that kind of thing. But here we are probably, I'm just going to say 100% a little bit different. As you know, the Suzette Speaks platform is about self-enlightenment, self-discovery, elevation of us as a people, and making sure that we are getting the right information and doing the work that will cause us to become the best versions of ourselves. That's what we do over here. So welcome. I see the chat. Let's go. We talking a man and woman ting. Yes, welcome. If y'all don't know, I represent for the 305. What's up, South Florida in the building? Drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching from the States, if you're watching from the Caribbean, if you're watching from Africa, if you're watching from the UK, Canada in the building, wherever you're watching from, I want to know. I want to see you. Get busy in the chat. Leave a comment. Hit the like button. And I want to welcome you. Yes, so I tend to try to shy away from topics like this. As you know, I'm a single gal out here trying to find Mr. Right. And oh Lord, it's been even in the first few weeks of January, we thought we had something good. We don't know what's going on with it. I think, I meet good people, but it's not always the right people. And but sometimes you think there's a lot of promise, and then the person just kind of like deuces. Does that happen to you guys? I don't know. There's so many things, so many unwritten rules, the communication piece, the I like you, but I don't like you right now piece, the I want to see what you about. So I'm going to try to see if you will be easy to chop down. I don't know if that's a good way of putting it. or are we here to make something permanent? Are we here to play games? What y'all doing out here? Are y'all dating for fun? Are you dating for a relationship? Are you trying to find that special someone? I don't know. We all have different purposes for why we step out here and we try. Hey, lead attorney in the building for what we try to do with the dating scene. But for some reason, I don't know, the formula is not working. So we're going to talk to this gentleman. Again, he's speaking from his own personal experiences. He says, so don't tell him I speak for the whole manosphere. And if you go, again, you don't know what the manosphere is, we're going to break it down. But there's a wonderful group of content creators on YouTube, particularly Black men, who have been making excellent content for men, by men, talking about all kinds of things, getting the bag. Shout out to Pocket Watching with JT. He's an awesome member of the Manosphere. We have a lot of men who are talking relationships. Kevin Samuels comes up, a lot of other folks. I will only name him, but there are so many. If you want a space to hear what Black men and men in general are thinking, you better get on YouTube, because the Manosphere has been blowing up. Members of the Manosphere like who? The lead attorney. Shout out to my brother, the lead attorney. Where the lead attorney there? Where him there? Lead attorney is in the building. What's up? He is also I think 120 something thousand subscribers strong, representing for the Manosphere, talking all things law and now relationships. And he's doing me a big favor. He's doing a community of us YouTubers a huge favor by hosting a YouTube Academy. This is how I met Gaston's World. Can you believe it? So thank you, Lead Attorney. He's another content creator that you want to check out if you want to know what men are thinking. Now, come on, ladies. I was brand new to it. I'm not going to expect y'all to know. Hit the like button. I'm not going to expect y'all to know everybody in the Manosphere or that the Manosphere existed. But if you didn't know, now you know. So the gentleman who I have as a guest today is a budding neophyte in the Manosphere. He is coming with his voice, his perspective on things such as current events, politics, why people act the way they do, and of course relationships. So I said, oh, my brother, let's team up, let's get it popping today, and let's see what you've been learning from the Manosphere, because I'm new. I haven't been talking on to or listening to a lot of Manosphere content until the last couple months, until recently. I know it's hard to believe because they've been doing their thing and representing for the voices of men. So I'm new to it. I'm just kind of like getting to know the different content creators, and I'm trying to learn. And I thought, you know what? Gaston's World, my special guest, has been a part of the Manosphere as a person who has been enjoying the content, and now he's also a content creator, bringing a voice to what he's passionate about. So as a person who is, again, he said, don't call me no expert. I'm gonna just talk about what I know. But as a person who is coming from a male perspective, I thought it was important and valuable to not just talk about dating from whose perspective? Hey, mine, from the ladies' perspective. Because ladies, I don't know about you guys, I be wondering sometimes what I'm doing. Am I taking the initiative now? Am I paying for the first dates now? Am I going to call him first? Does he supposed to call me first? Am I supposed to wait for you to open the door? Are you pulling out the chair still? What are you doing? Are you telling me about myself? Are you telling me I need to get healed and I need to work on me? Am I supposed to be, what am I supposed to be doing? This is the question. And gentlemen, I'm sure, are asking that same question. What are you supposed to be doing, guys? So we have some answers. And again, there are two very unique places of thought in this Manosphere. And one of the places of thought, one of the schools of thought, I should say, is the red pill community. Oh, you've never heard of it? Okay, we're going to enlighten you momentarily. And this thing called the blue pill community. Okay, what is that? Matrix, anybody? Yes, we're going to talk about it. Gaston's World is going to break it all the way down. Y'all, I did not know this before like 2-3 months ago. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you are new to YouTube, if you were watching me over on Facebook, it's all good. We're going to do some educating first before we get into the tools and the tips that my guest has, just based on his experience. Like he said, he's just one man of the Manosphere. Don't make him speak for everybody. No, Gaston's World, we're not going to have you speak for everybody. But we're going to ask you, ladies, get busy in this chat, what it is they're thinking, how we can improve our odds, and get connected. Let's go. So welcome, Lead Attorney. I appreciate you being here. Big up yourself, and welcome again. Y'all know it. It's the Suzette Speak Show YouTube channel. If you guys are on Facebook, you can come over. You can hit the like button. You can subscribe, of course, and you can share. That's so important to us YouTubers, because the more interaction we have, the better we do in the algorithm. So someone just text me, I shouldn't be using hashtags. I'm not sure if that's true. Lead, I'll get with you on that. But we're trying to get discovered. I'm trying to be like Lead. I'm trying to get to the 100,000 club. I'm trying to grow this channel, y'all. We babies right now on the YouTube, in the YouTube streets. But guess what? Everybody starts small, and myself and Gaston's World have just started. So we're here. We're building a community. We're having conversations. As you know, I like to talk about emotional intelligence. I like to talk about things that are going to allow you to heal from past traumas. I just spoke at a women's conference, y'all, this morning. That's why I'm so pumped. I killed it. I'm not going to lie to you. I murdered it. I just killed it at a women's conference as the first and opening speaker. I'm sorry, I'm patting myself on the back because I set the tone. They ain't ready. And I'm going to share that speech that I just gave with my Patreon. Did y'all know I have a Patreon, by the way? FYI, I have an exclusive Patreon for Suzette Speaks, where people who want more of my content, not on YouTube, but I'm talking about exclusive content, can come over and do some of that work, do some of that healing work, talk about the relationships, talk about the reasons that we are not moving forward, right? My speech was showing up is the most important part of being effective. That was my topic for this morning, and I spoke to the why we don't show up. Y'all ready? Y'all not gonna get it over here. Y'all gotta get it on the Patreon. So y'all see the Patreon right there is Suzette Speaks. Go to patreon.com, of course. /Suzette Speaks. Big up my Patreon members. I see y'all in the chat. Big up to all the people supporting positive content coming from a Black woman, coming from people of color, coming into this YouTube space to open eyes, change lives, uplift, enlighten, get rid of burdens. Y'all, I'm hype. Y'all with it? What's up? Get over on Patreon and come be a part of my Patreon community. There's so much to talk about. So I can't wait to share what I shared at the Women's Conference, Beyond Women Magazine conference I was at as a speaker this morning with my Patreons only, Patreon exclusive. Y'all welcome. The people in the chat over there was just like, Sue, you got to make this a self which I say introspective toolbox I gave them. So don't worry, Patreon members, you're going to get it exclusively. So what I just did, the fire I just produced, y'all ain't even with me though. Y'all not with me. That's why I'm so excited. We out here changing lives. We're letting people see what they're doing probably not correctly in their lives, how their thought patterns influence them, how their heart pain, their past influence them. That's what I'm about. I had that same pain, y'all. I was living in almost like a shadow of myself, not really understanding my power, not understanding what was holding me back, not showing up. We're talking about it over here. We're talking about some real life improving things over here. So y'all get on the Patreon. Y'all see it on the screen. Patreon.com for exclusive content. Big up yourself. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We're talking relationships today. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm excited to be here. Y'all understand? We got the cash out flowing. If y'all want to support, don't worry, you're going to see a new background lead. You're going to be very proud of me. I painted my wall. I'm slowly putting up my background. Thank you to all my supporters. So if you can support positive content like this, support positive Black media, support people who are trying to show a different perspective and enlighten and edutain, you know what to do. Hit the Cash App, hit your girl up. The super chats are on. Thank you for the love. All of you who have been helping me build this channel from the ground up, I appreciate all of you. From the bottom of my heart, my day ones on up. If you're just here meeting me for the first time, let me just tell you who I am. I'm Suzette Speaks. I'm a TV host and an attorney. I love talking about empowerment topics, things that have to do with how we can become the best versions of ourselves, whether that's in a relationship or whether that's single, whether that's trying to do it in business and professionalism, like we've had the last couple of topics, or whether that's doing it on your own journey of self-growth, right? Self-analysis, right? Self-awareness. People, that's a buzzword. We got to make sure we are ready for the blessing. I just asked the people at the conference, I said, are you in love with the idea of the success? Or have you been doing the work to really prepare for emotionally, psychologically, spiritually? What it's going to take to hold it and keep it. Are y'all ready? Do y'all really want the success? The reality of it? Or you just want to keep dreaming? All right. I'm done. I'm done with that. Okay. We're talking relationships. Get them likes up. Get them likes up. What's up? I see it's about 50 of y'all. Get the likes up. Hit the likes. Hit the like button for me, please. Show some love. Super chat is on. Y'all know what to do. We're here talking relationships today. Apparently, y'all like that topic. Apparently, you like it. Do you know what people have been sending me? Y'all think I should go on Are You Ready for Love Miami? Y'all know that show, Ready for Love? If another person send me the flyer to go on Ready for Love, this is I think it might be owns that show, Ready for Love, and I think Will Packer, the great director, also Florida, I think he's from Florida or FAMU graduate anyway, produces this show where singles, I think it's like between the ages of like 30 and 50 get together and they are, I guess, group dating. I've watched it a little bit. I don't know the whole concept of the show. If one more of y'all send me that Ready for Love flyer talking about, hey Sue, I thought of you. Y'all want to see me on Ready for Love Miami? Y'all want Y'all gonna get me booed up though. Y'all gonna get me booed up. Welcome, welcome. Hit the like button as you come in. Welcome. It's Suzette Speaks here. Having a little fun, y'all. Keeping it light. Hopefully you guys are ready to talk relationships. I have my male expert. He said, "Don't call him an expert." Okay. I won't put that pressure on him, right? I'll just say a man of the manosphere, a newbie, a neophyte, someone who is new to the content creation game. But I find from our discussions, he's very in tune with what's going on in the manosphere and the various voices. And I wanted to know, hey, what do you get from the manosphere? Because I'm new to it. I've been watching it a little bit here and there. I don't know everybody's name and I don't know everybody's content. I'm still learning. I'm okay with saying that. But from a male's perspective, y'all know that's very different from how the women see it, right? And we've got to be open to learning from the gentleman what it is they're thinking, what it is their desire, how are they thinking about the modern day woman? Oh Jesus, this is a trigger word for me. Y'all, modern woman. If I hear this word, modern or independent, y'all like the word independent? Oh God, that's triggering. That's triggering. I'm triggered already, and I'm triggering myself, guys. I'm triggering myself. Independent. Y'all calling me independent though, but why? I don't want to be. I think we were made for each other. That's what I say. I said that in one chat room. RM, are you in the chat? My moderator, RM, are you in the chat? RM, I was over there on Bernard Riley channel talking about we need each other in the chat. They was eating me up. They was like, I need a prenup. I need you to get your life together. I was so like, whoa, different audience. I was like, okay, I was trying to bring the unity and I got back to boop, 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 boop. I was like, okay, this is different. I don't know about this manosphere, but apparently I need to listen because my take on it was completely different from everybody else's in the chat. RM was like, Sue, you better listen, girl. Because I was like, yes, men were made for women. Women were made for men. And when we're weak, they're strong. And when I was on my soapbox, and the people in the chat, which was predominantly guys, and I would presume, I don't know, mostly maybe red pill versus the blue pill. I was like, oh, they not on this. I got my feelings hurt. Y'all get them likes up. Get them likes up. My feelings was hurt. I was like, oh, I'm ready to have a conversation. And that's not what I saw when I went over there. And I was listening and I was trying, there's so many different people in the manosphere, ladies and gents. You got to pick and choose who you want, what you want from it, and what is it doing for you internally? Gut check. Right? Is it good information? And I wanted somebody from the male's perspective because I know how I feel. Y'all know I'm going to be like 100. I think, not everybody is for me. I respect everybody's right to their opinion, but not everybody's for me personal, right? Get them likes up, y'all. Get them likes up. I see a lot of y'all in here. I need 100 likes. Let's go. I need 100 likes. Let's go. Right? So I see the different content creators. There are some that I can easily digest. And there's some that give it to you raw, hurt your feelings. I be feeling like, do they really believe this? Is this the truth? Somebody help me interpret. Somebody give me a lifeline because my feelings I'm not built for this. My head can't take this. And there's always this word, accountability. Women aren't accountable. I was like, how are we not accountable? Y'all explain. Oh, it really got me thinking. So I said, you know what? I'm going to bring up somebody who has definitely got a different perspective from me, have a different life experience from me. Single guy, single gal, wanting to get into how we approach this dating scene. And I specifically invited him to ask him about how he is taking the manosphere information and applying it in his dating life, right? Like I told you, he gonna break down the red pill. There's something called a red pill. And then there's something called the blue pill and how you think about things from the blue pill. Me never know nothing about red pill, nothing about blue pill, nothing about that. I was confused. I was like, okay, tell me what this means. Tell me what I'm not in the matrix. So somebody tell me what this means. And I'm open to learning. And I want to educate as I learn. right? And like he said, he ain't speaking for everybody in the manosphere. He's not that person. He's going to give you his perspective. He is also a content creator now, right? A budding manosphere content creator, right? So he's a part of it. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna need an interpreter for y'all in this manosphere. Y'all get the likes up. Get the likes up. Hit the like button. I'm Suzette Speaks, TVO's attorney and person trying to figure out how the manosphere or what the manosphere says about dating and how and what I should be applying to my life and how I can, just be better at interpreting men's behavior and not necessarily going off the deep end, losing all my, my wherewithal and all my gumption to date because I'm now afraid because Manosphere done told me the truth. Apparently, that's what y'all say. Get them likes up. I gotta bring my guests on, but I gotta get these likes up. Get the likes up, please, and thank you. Show some love. Again, we have a Patreon going on. The Patreon is for you. This is for people who like the content of self-development. People who are wanting to understand why I behave the way I do. How can I improve my behavior? Can I get to the bottom of my behavior? What happened in my past? How am I processing it? What are the narratives I'm telling myself? We get very deep. And we're going to continue to do that work of self-development. So if you're into that, understanding yourself, understanding emotional intelligence, right? A lot of us think emotionally when we should be thinking logically, right? For how we can improve and make steps and strides in our lives. So we're going to do that work in a deep dive, small group way over on Patreon. So you see it on the screen. And my moderators, thank you. Gaston is not moderating today. Gaston is on the panel giving us the game. All right. So ladies, this is an exclusive. We have a Manosphere member who is also, like I said, a consumer of Manosphere content as well as a content creator himself. He is going to school us on the red pill versus blue pill approach on dating. He is going to give us his personal opinion. He's not going to say this for every man. This ain't for everybody. But he's going to just break down what he has applied and what it did for his dating life and what we should do and a response in response to how men are seeing a set of circumstances. Y'all ready for my guest? What's up? Get them likes up. I'm not bringing them. Get rid of them. Let me read the chat. Let me read the chat. Because the likes have to come up. The lights have to go up. What's up? Where my ladies? Where my gents? Let's go. I know y'all got something to say. Y'all got something to say about what the Manosphere says about dating? Because I am super curious. I have turned off people. I have listened all the way through to people. You know what I got into now? My friend talking about Tony Gaskins. Y'all Tony Gaskins fans? How about Stephen Speaks? Are you guys his fans? Are you more Kevin Samuels-y? What are you doing when and who are you consuming when it comes to the relationship conversation on the Manosphere? Who are your favorite content creators? Drop a comment. All right, let me read some of them comments. Hit me up with a super chat. Show some love. Welcome. I see y'all. So many people have been coming in. Welcome. It's Suzette Speaks here, TVO's an attorney. Big up to my Patreon members. Big up to Wagwan, Urban Lady. I see you. Nice to see you. Welcome, my darling. Kimo Wagwan. Welcome, another great Patreon member. Hey, let's go. We're going to talk, y'all. We're going to talk. What do you mean 305? 305, man. 30, not 304. 305. Let's go. Miami in the building. I'm watching. I'm glad. Real Deal Spencer, another Patreon member. Welcome. Good morning. Nice to see you. And thanks for being here. ATL in the building, says Paulette. I see you. Once again, shout out to everybody. This is my special guest today. Y'all go to his channel right now. Hit subscribe. This is the gentleman who is going to dedicate. I told him he's stepping into the lion's den, but he says, Sue, I got you. I'm just going to give my personal opinion, not to speak for everybody in the Manosphere. Of course, there's too many content creators to speak for everyone. Everybody has a different take on this thing. He's going to break down this red pill. He's going to break down the blue pill. He's going to break down his approach to dating and why. So you see his look right there on the screen. Gaston's World is my special guest. Go over. He also is making some fabulous content, y'all. We support Black content creators over on YouTube. So make sure you go to his channel and make sure you subscribe. All right. As y'all know, I'm a daughter of Jamaican immigrants, so you can hear a little patois every now and then. Big up my island folks. Big up all my Americans. Big up all the folks who support just having the conversation. right? Talking with each other instead of at or over each other. If you're that type, you're in the right place. Welcome. Big up yourself. Red Pill Hustle says, I'm good. I'm in the building. Wagwan, Miss Sean. Gonna be my special guest next Thursday. I think we're gonna be talking relationships and dating too. Y'all ready? Come over. Suzette Speaks is live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. All right. So look out for the channel. We're doing big stuff. We're back in the groove post-holiday, and we're ready to get it. Let's go. Mr. Real Estate in the building. Let's go. Hey, Jade. Welcome. Nice to see you. Before the Billions. Fantastic content creator. I'll be over on his channel. We're going to do an interview next Tuesday after my show. So I'll do my show at 2, and then I'm going to be with Before the Billions at 5:30 talking. I don't know if we're going to talk relationships, but he does a lot of tech talk, and he's very smart. So I'm going to be over there hanging out for an interview at 5:30. So support this gentleman. Go over and subscribe to Before the Billions. What's good, A. Marie? Nice to see you. BK in the building. Wagwan, Freddie French Seal. Welcome. Another one of my wonderful Patreon members. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Good morning to Sunbreeze. What's good? Representing for the Bay Area. Thank you, Sunbreeze, for being here. My fantastic moderator, RM. Thank you. Always having my back. Pennsylvania in the building. Look out for her. She's going to drop the Patreon if you want to become a member. All right. And later I'll drop the link to see who want to come up and talk and give a response to what we're talking about. Ready? Get the likes up. Hit the like button. Let's go. I'm ready to go, man. Hit the likes. I need 100 likes. I need them. Come on. Let's go. Y'all pray for me. All right. Bernard, what's good? Another Patreon member. So much gratitude for my Patreon. Y'all know this supports my media. It supports me be able to get equipment. It supports me be able to move the channel forward. Hello. And hopefully do it as a career one day. Imagine. Law is great, but it's also my heart's desire to see my folks, educated, encouraged, uplifted. So big up yourself, Bernard, for being a fantastic content creator in his own right, as well as a supporter. Thank you so much. Baby, y'all ready? Andrew, where's Andrew? Another one of my Patreon members. I want to make sure I big up my Patreon. Big up yourself. Sure, Nanwagwambu. I see you. Good point. Freddie French says social media changed the dating scene, huh? Y'all be researching them on social media before y'all get on the date? I do that. Y'all be Googling and researching before y'all go on the date? I think about that. Our parents had very little information about the people they married. And now, before we're on the first date, we got every background. We know where they go on the weekend. We know who they chill with, who they peoples are. This is very true. Great observation, Freddie. What's up, Andrew? Another Patreon member behind the scenes, always helping me build. Big up yourself. Thank you so much. New York in the building. I see you, Andrew. I see you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Major Change Group, my sister in these YouTube streets. Thank you for being such a wonderful, wonderful supporter. I support you as well. Go over to her channel. She talks all things budget, money, credit union, credit card, those type of things. Check her out. You see her handle, Major Change Group. Big up. I think it's Nashville. Big up Tasha representing, coming through. Yeah, the super chats. Listen, the super chat's supposed to be working. I checked and they're supposed to be working. I'm not sure why the super chats are not working. I'm going to go check it out and fix it, but it's supposed to be on. It's annoying. I don't know what YouTube is doing for me, but yeah, Edutain, you know how we do it. Send a cash app if you can. If you can't send a super chat, send a cash app if you have it. Love the support. Love the support regardless. Thank y'all for being here and just being supported by being here. All right, y'all ready? All right, Suzette, can you mail me some 305 weather? I can imagine it's freezing in the Midwest. I know. I'm so sorry. Tasha, what'd you say? I'm not ready for love? I'm ready for love. Well, who sing that? So won't you open my eyes, girl? Y'all don't know. Are you ready? Who sing that? I'm not sure if that's the right key, but I love that. Why I can't be on Ready for Love, though? I was thinking about it. I was like, God, if another person sent me the flyer to audition for Ready for Love Miami, I don't know what I'll do. I appreciate it, though. I don't know if I'm ready for that. All right. Shout out to the lead attorney for sure for coming through. How do you feel about the modern woman? Oh, Jesus. You're to Thailand. No, you ain't got to go away to Thailand now. It's a lot of good women over here now. Come on now. Everybody can't be going overseas to kind of find somebody. Good afternoon, Brandon. Nice to see you. I see so many of my supporters here. Merlene, nice to see you, my darling. What'd you say, Michonne? You're never going to have a fair conversation on his show. You think so? I don't know. Because it's hard because there's so many different interpretations of what is happening to the dating scene for rules that participants should be following. So people are speaking from, totally different ballparks. And it's like we are needing to be in the same ballpark to kind of at least understand one another's behaviors and intentions. So I'm here to see what my special guest has to say, how we can bridge the gap and show, what we can be doing better. Let me see what him said. Anne Marie says, help pay the bills and after a few months of marriage and move on. No, Anne Marie said, we snapping them up. We go marry them before we know. Y'all believe in that 6-month wedding business? Y'all meet people and be married in 6 months or a year? Y'all do that? I don't know. Some people, it's very successful. Listen, arranged marriages are very successful. So I don't know. You say hurry up and combine the households. Says Marie. Queen Regina in the building. Welcome, Queen. Nice to see you, my darling. All right, y'all ready for Gaston's World? Y'all ready? I am. Without further ado, we're going to bring up the man for the hours. Anton Daniels make a great guest. Listen, I don't know. I've been watching the Lapeef. Big up to Lapeef. Big up to all my sisters over there and brothers doing anything on Lapeef. Anton Daniels, I think, would be actually a very interesting interview. So maybe we'll make that happen. Yes, it's called Cold Switch WT Funk. You know what we do. Plus, I'm also live streaming on Jamaicans.com, so I got to represent for my people. So, yes. Am I in the purple pill? Is that what it's called? You were in the purple pill? Okay, is that what that is? Mixture of the red pill and the blue pill? We're going to break it all the way down for you guys. Love you seeing in the chat. Again, we're going to drop the link in a little bit. But without further ado, okay, card-carrying member of the Manosphere. Hello, Mars Mitch. Big up yourself. Yes, USA Atlanta in the building, Queen Regina says. Oh, I appreciate you, Mr. Untouchable. We trying to get knowledge, yo. I figured I got to get knowledge. I got to figure out what the men are thinking so that I'm approaching it properly because there's some great men out there. I'm not pandering. I'm just saying it for real. I know there are some great men out there. What's up? Nice to see you. Happy New Year, Vernice. And yeah, man, we have to get to the bottom of it because something is going wrong, something not working. Big up yourself, Mika, in the building. Let me go work on these super chat. But without further ado, it's Gaston's World. It's definitely Gaston's World today. And I'm proud of him as a content creator. He has been throwing out some great content. Y'all go over there. Make sure you subscribe. Hey, Melissa Jane, another South Florida beauty. Hey, represent for the hometown 305 in the building. TV trucking, holding his head already. Talking about let's go. Yo, you know what? It's uncomfortable, but we got to talk, y'all, because if we don't talk, we don't learn from one another, all right? Upstate New York, big up yourself. All right, Una ready? Did I get 100 likes? Y'all hitting the like button, right? I'm waiting on getting 100 likes, so I'm bringing them on now, but I need my 100 likes. Y'all hit the like button. This is a real conversation. We weren't scripted. We talked about a few key, yeah, it was, India Re sang that, are you ready for love? Y'all ready? Okay. Y'all ready? I'm so hype, I can't help it. But I love that song. Thank you, Tolu. Big up yourself. Yeah, I can sing 2 notes. I can sing. We can sing a little bit. I need to get these likes up. Oh, yeah. All right, do me a favor. Everybody hit the like button for me, please, because that's first and foremost. Y'all know the duty. Y'all come into the chat. You say good day to the chat. This is protocol. Hello, everyone. And then you hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, you hit the subscribe. Big up yourself and everyone for being here. I'm so grateful that you are spending some time with me on my show. This is the Suzette Speaks Show on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you to my partners, Jamaicans.com, for co-hosting and streaming live on their Facebook page. Over 175,000 people over there. And I'm grateful that they have allowed me to join them on a Saturday, right? So I also do shows Tuesdays, Thursdays, and of course now Saturdays, 3 days a week, live stream on YouTube. So you can go over to my channel on YouTube, Suzette Speaks on YouTube, and find me. And I hope you like the content. Again, we're about elevation. We're about encouragement, right? Educate, edutain, right? And we're hopefully going to pull ourselves up, uplift the community by what we're saying. That's our intent here, right? It's not a place of judgment. I don't have all the answers. Gaston don't have all the answers. Okay, it's Gaston's world, but we ain't got all the answers. We are here to enlighten one another, uplift one another. So we're gonna set that tone and set that intention in the chat so we can start the conversation. Get the likes up though. If y'all didn't hit the like button yet, hit the like button so the people can see the content. Because the more likes, the more people see it. All right. I want y'all to show love through a super chat, but apparently I got to go check it out. If y'all want to show some love and support, like this content, want to support this content, this is the type of content you want on YouTube, you know what to do. That's the Cash App, $ Suzette Speaks. Appreciate all of those, and I'll check. And the highest contributor will be the sponsor of today's stream. So I appreciate each and every one of you. To my Patreon members, you guys who are consistently in my corner supporting my content. If you want more of this type of content, last time, go to Patreon. You see it on your screen. Patreon.com/Suzette Speaks, and we can have more intimate conversations about the challenges and lessons of life. That's what we're doing, okay? All right, y'all ready for my guest? Get the likes up. I'm going to check the super chat. Sorry about that, but I'm going to have him introduce himself. Again, he says he's not speaking for the entire Manosphere. Y'all don't hold him to that. He was brave enough soul to come on over and say, Sue, we're going to have the conversation. Because me and him had some good conversations offline. I was like, yo, we should put this on YouTube. That's what it's about. You know, we sipping the tea and y'all listening in, but you can now participate. So I want to thank him in advance. I want him to know I respect him. And I want him to know I'm grateful for him to step out there like this and be a voice, right? So without further ado, we're bringing up my special guest. Neophyte to the Manosphere, but knows a lot. A deep soul. For me getting to know him, a deep soul, right? Single man, ready to mingle. And he's going to let us know what he thinks about this whole red pill, blue pill phenomenon and the Manosphere. Y'all give a warm Suzette Speaks show. Welcome to Gaston's World. Yeah.
Hey. What's up, YouTube? Hey, how y'all doing? It's Gaston's World. Suzette got us hype in here today. If y'all ain't hype,
I'm feeling it.
What y'all got going on? Y'all ain't hype? Hold up.
Listen, I got me a good workout this morning. I told you about some weights now. Ooh, it was leg day. It was leg day. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm down 6 pounds, Gaston. First of all,
hold up.
Celebrate.
Hold on, Suzette.
Oh no, I'm about my self-improvement. I don't just teach it and I don't just talk about it. I want to be the best version of myself. I had to think about I had the best version of myself. I'm gonna have to get a little bit in shaper, right? A little bit more in shape. And I did buy my weight set. And baby, if you don't know them cleans and them squats, now right now I can only do the bar plus 25. It's all good, and it was heavy. But I'm very proud of myself. I have not seen the scale go down in a minute. I'm not gonna lie. So when I seen that 6 pounds, I was like, 2022, you're not ready for me. You're not ready. You're not ready for me at all. I'm feeling good. Got the workout in. Got the Gatorade. I was like, I need my electrolytes for this conversation, and I'm just so happy. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm so happy to be here and have this introspective conversation about dating in the Manosphere dating advice. Wow. Like you said, we've talked about this offline, and absolutely to bring this back to the whole point. This YouTube space is, I think, a great idea. So I'm so glad you have me here today.
Gaston got, like I said, a unique perspective. He's a very thoughtful person. That's why I was like, you would be perfect just to explain the stuff, because I don't think people really know what's going on. So we're going to start with, who you are and what your content is about. And then we'll get into the definitions of what is in the Manosphere. All right. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
Right. So as most of you know, I'm Gaston's World. If you're here on Suzette Speaks channel, then you know me because I'm one of her moderators. So happy to be a part of her content creation journey. And if you didn't know, I actually create my own content. So, we got RM in the chat, the other moderator on the channel. She's doing an amazing job dropping my channel. If you would like to, absolutely go subscribe, because I'm creating content for everybody so that we can have these conversations. And so that's why I'm so glad that Suzette has me here today, so that we can have this conversation about what I've learned, like what have I experienced. I would say for the last year of consuming this Manosphere content and learning how to interact new ways to interact with women in dating. How has that been going? What have I been learning? What has been my experience? With some of these, what's your height, weight, dress size, right? Like, oh man, it's been an experience. So we're definitely gonna have that conversation today.
Not the height, weight, and dress size. Why we gotta go there? Why we gotta go there? First of all, big up my Cash App.
Oh,
Big up Michelle on the Cash App. I see you, sis. If y'all want to show some support, appreciate the sponsorship. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big up Michelle for sending a gift donation today. I am so moved by the bravery um, and I'm sorry, hear me. This is Mr. Real Estate. Sorry, I'm saying Mr. Real Estate. Big up yourself, Mr. Real Estate. I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mr. Real Estate. I appreciate you for the Cash App. Thank you, thank you. So, without further ado, as Gaston has said, we're both content creators. We don't purport to have all the answers. We are not perfect. We are living life trying to figure it out together, and we're going to share our insights as we get to know what this topic, which we're going to kind of peel back the onion of, is what does the manosphere say about dating, and how is it applied for both men and women. So first and foremost, I tried to give an overview of what the manosphere is for everybody who is not a YouTuber yet and is not consuming YouTube content on a regular basis. Can you
right.
define for me what the manosphere is in your opinion?
So, in my opinion, again, my humble opinion, because again, I am neophyte to this space that's called the Manosphere, and more specifically, the Black Manosphere, because the majority of us content creators in this space are of African American descent, or Black. Some people would say, and we're in the Manosphere. We're men. We're creating content for men by men, right? And so, in my opinion, what the Manosphere or the Black Manosphere is a think tank of Black men who are content creators and may not necessarily be professional. Like the lead attorney is a professional, and then there's some people like myself who are just enthusiasts or have been experienced in a lot of different fields. And so we speak on life and times through our experience and how we can help other people who may not have experienced things in that realm before. And so that's kind of just what we do. We use our different skill sets to bring a new perspective to the conversation. So
Thank you, Gaston. I was here trying to fix my super chat. Big up to Urban Lady for the Cash App. Thank you again. Support Black media. Support people who are trying to bring some positivity to this space. All right, so I agree with you. So men, particularly Black men, have found a voice. Y'all trying to find out what a Black man are? Get on YouTube because there are so many of them, and it opened my eyes. I was like, where was I 6 months ago? Like I have been on my YouTube journey all of 2.5 months, and it has opened my eyes to the different voices, like you said, from all different backgrounds. Big up Urban Lady. Thank you, Mr. Real Estate. Again, hit me on the Cash App with another 20. Thank you, Mr. Real Estate. And thank you, Urban Lady, for your Cash App gifts. So as I learned more about it, and I was curious because I was like, this is a beautiful thing, technology. And I think it was brother Kevin Samuels who did state on the Lead Attorney show that YouTube, particularly during the 2020, let's say, racial reckoning in the United States, made it its an intended mission to give more Black voices through their algorithm visibility.
right.
So when we talk about this manosphere, it was not by accident. And I like when he expounded it, because I had no idea, according to him, that there was a concerted effort by YouTube after what happened with George, Floyd and all that. It was very concerted that YouTube said, we're going to open it up. It didn't happen by accident. And just because all of us were here didn't mean we had to get the eyeballs. They said to themselves, we are going to open more visibility for Black content creators. So that's what happened indirectly. And then more people just started grasping onto the content anyway, because they wanted to hear it. So it's again, thank you on the corporate side for what took place. And then we, as the audience, as the subscribers, responded in kind, like, yes, we want this. Thanks for letting us be able to see it, algorithm, but we want it. So here come the voices. And like you said, from finance to, wealth building, all kinds of things, tech, Crypto is big in the manosphere, Black manosphere specifically.
Right.
All kinds of topic, but one topic that has gotten a lot of exposure is dating and relationships. Oh my gosh. You
Mm-hmm.
talk about a guru is bored every day when it comes to dating and relationships on the manosphere. So I was like, wait a minute. So we have this thing called red pill and we
Mm.
have this thing called blue pill. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, y'all, it's okay because there's so many people like myself who are very new to this space. And I'm not gonna act like I should know because I didn't. Right? It's not till I was dropping on the YouTube channel for the lead attorney, and he was allowing me to come up, and I was getting some schooling on the different trains of thought, right, in the manosphere when it comes to relationships. So again, we are not the end all be all. We ain't write the book. We ain't trying to say that we got all the answers. We just want to open the discussion. So, for those who do not know what a red pill thought process is versus what a blue pill thought process is, Gaston, my expert or neophyte expert in the mess,
Right.
just give us a somewhere to come from. What does it mean? There are so many of us who initially, like me, were lost, and I had no clue what a red pill versus a blue pill thinking person or approach having person meant. So, for us who are just learning, can you break that down for us? What are the origins and what does it mean?
Okay, so absolutely. The origins of the red pill versus blue pill, in my opinion, this is my perception. If anyone has anything different to say, you got the comment section there. But anyway, my perception of what the red pill versus the blue pill origin was the movie The Matrix. I believe it came out in the 90s or early 2000s. I can't really remember. But The Matrix introduced the idea of blue pill being the false reality that the main character Neo was living in, versus red pill being the true reality that the world was experiencing outside of this matrix. And so in manosphere conversations, blue pill is generally men who don't know the truth, don't know the reality of life, and that especially in dating and mating and dating, red pill is more like I'm looking at this person for the fact that they're a person and not putting them on some pedestal or seeing them in a what rose colored glasses, a false reality. And blue pill is obviously that that you just kind of see life as it is, or not as it is, but in a false sense. So it's reality versus fantasy, in my opinion, the red pill versus the blue pill. So
Okay, let's break that down. I'm gonna check the chat because we got experts in the chat too, and y'all hit
right.
the like button as you come in. I see more people joining. Welcome, it's Suzette Speaks, chatting with an excellent content creator, Mr. Gaston's World. He also is going to fill our heads with some expertise to with his knowledge of the manosphere and break down the philosophies. And he's just given us a short primer on what the red pill versus blue pill origin is and what that thinking means. And again, he's saying it from his opinion. He's not going to and I see Red Pill Hustle get busy. We expect you to introduce this concept if your name is Red Pill. I love the fact that you can illumine us. And thank you, Gaston, for stepping out there to try to help, like I said, bridge the knowledge gap when it comes to who is the manosphere, what is the manosphere, and what we mean by these terms. All right, so let's get to the chat. I see you. Hey, Ebony, welcome. Hey, good Nardak, nice to see you. Long time no see. Glad you're here. So, all right, Portland, Oregon in the building. Mr. Real Estate, thank you so much for your Cash App support of this type of content. You know I big you up. Thank you very much. Happy Saturday so much. Thank you, Life of Cache, I think, or Cash. That's how he wants it. Of Cash. And welcome. All right. So Bed-Stuy, want to come with you on your, if you have any other definitions of red pill, blue pill, we're open to them. Again, we're just trying to define terms so everybody understands what we're talking about. Hit the like button, y'all. Get them likes up. I need 100 likes before we get deep into it, okay? So we have red pill. Hold on now. Bedside. What y'all talking about? Blue pill. You know what? You know what? That's not what.
Oh man.
I love my chat. It's undefeated, but that's not what
Oh,
we talk about. You're
I
welcome.
admit.
We're talking about philosophies of life, a kind of rose colored glasses look at life, at relationships, being the blue pill, and then more of like the reality check, the harsh reality check of what it means to be in a relationship, what it means to be on the dating scene, and that people are imperfectly imperfect, and that there's a lot of hardship with going out there, putting oneself out there, right? So we have a kind of generic, very broad brush. I see red pill hustle. Let me see what you got. Red pill hustle says red pill thinking is seeing the dating world for what it really is, not what Disney has sold us growing up. Okay, thank
Right.
you very much for clarifying it. I think that dovetails very well with what Gaston's world just shared. Okay, so red pill is the harsh reality that dating is messy, dating is hard. People are imperfect. You're not going to get the Cinderella. Everybody doesn't get that. Most people won't get the Cinderella happily ever after, right? Perfect man, perfect date, perfect etiquette, like we just talked about yesterday or on Thursday, or any of this. We have different what should I say, strokes for different folks. There is so much diversity in what you're going to get with dating that you got to be open to it. Let me see what Tolu says. Red pill is hesitant of relationships in the modern dating environment. Okay, especially with the rise of feminism and child and family court practices. Wow, focusing on individual happiness. Okay, very deep over societal pressure. Thanks for expounding. Tolu, that was excellent. So, in his opinion, Tolu adds Red Pill is hesitant of relationships in the modern dating environment, especially with the rise of, as he calls it, his words, feminism and child courts, basically family court practices, focusing on individual happiness. That's what we're getting with Red Pill over societal pressures of starting a family. Yes, they talking about gas and come through with the drip. You know he's ready. You know he's ready. What's up? All right, let's see what. Okay, Life of Cash says if your philosophy Okay, I like it. If your philosophy persists for more than 4 hours, call a doctor. Okay, we're gonna see because you switch back and forth. Disney is a liar, says RM. All right, red pill. Thank you for adding. Red pill hustle says blue pill thinking is believing Disney and that all girls want a nice guy. Who's someone they keep dating are jerks over and over again, and you stay getting played. All right, I get the point. So you saying being the nice guy. I've heard this. I just recently heard this with someone I met. That he was like, yo, I was bringing the flowers. I was taking out on dates. I was doing all this other stuff and I got played. Those girls played me. And he was turned into what he called a savage as a result. He was like, you know what? I was Mr. Nice Guy and y'all used and abused me. So I'm going to turn over another leaf, a horrible leaf in some people's opinions, and go hard and start dating just for short term and not caring about how the person feels, as was put by Tolu, for self gratification over what society tells you the relationship should be about. Okay, I hear you. All right, Andrew adds red pill opinion. Women need to flip the game, woohoo, and show they are willing to put down money on the date too. Okay, money. Here we go. Drop the comment. When I'm ready for pay for your date, you're paying for your date, hun. Bring your checkbook, sis. This is red pill. He's not saying that he believes it, but this is what he's saying. Okay, they offer to show some level of respect and desire to work with and build. All right, that's the red pill reality. Y'all ain't finna spend all his money up. The money have to come from two people. Ready for the dates? Bring your wallet, girls. Woo, red pill. Let's get the reality. Hey, what's up? Black Light Podcast with Thon
Hey,
Lexi.
what's up?
Welcome. Okay,
Yeah, Alex, what's going on, man?
Okay, Gaston brought his people. Okay, welcome. Nice to see you, Gail. What's up? Moderator extraordinaire, now content creator as well. Big up Gail at night. Please go over to her channel and support her. Wonderful to see you, Gail. All right, let's see what Mr. Real Estate says. It says, Andrew, I would rather that a woman portray traits of cooperation. woohoo, and femininity, woohoo, rather than splitting the bill. Okay, shots fired. Okay, now we're getting deep. Mr. Real Estate said, "Don't give me the bill. Don't give me half the bill. Just be feminine." Oh Jesus.
Be
Oh
feminine.
God. We starting in. We're starting in,
That's
Gaston. We got to give it to Gaston. Hold on.
that's one of them triggers. You like you said that you tell a woman, "Hey, I need you to be feminine." What is that? What do you mean be feminine? You know.
Y'all gonna start with me. I'm choking now. Hold on, Andrew. That is not red pill in my opinion. Okay, Mr. Real Estate. I never saw Kevin Samuel say women need to start paying half. Okay, difference of opinion there. That's no problem. All right. This what Beverly. This where we at, Beverly. Thank you on Facebook. If I may, one bad experience doesn't change who you are, or shouldn't I add change who you are. Yes, but it is. All right. Let me see what Casual Observer says. The issue of feminism has created a chaotic gender relation dynamic. Oh boy, this is destroying the society. Oh boy, this is what I see, Gaston, and I want to give your comments on this because a lot of what I'm seeing as far as red pill is seems that the new, I say new, over the last 30 years, the wave of feminism as they define it. Okay, let's define our terms as they define it, which is that women are now more focused on achievement, more focused on career, less focused on family or starting families or creating a nuclear family until they get older, and therefore are it's throwing off the natural timing for when courtship, according to some in the red pill community, should be taking place, which is, according to them, earlier 20s, mid 20s, maybe early 30s. And they're saying that because we women are spending so much time in the academy and pursuing our own life goals, as according to what they believe feminism has pushed on us or has taught us, we are therefore neglecting traditional gender roles, which is impacting the traditional family and making it much more difficult on the dating scene. If I may, Casual Observer, putting words in your mouth. That's what I hear you. Sunbreeze says men pay the bill, women drop a tip. I hear you. Half. Casual Observer adds, the issue is feminism has created. Okay, wait. Sorry. I read that. Sorry, I thought you added more. Okay, cool. Oh, sorry, Kid Nardak. Let's go to someone new. Interesting. See the evolution of the red pill because Shahrazad Ali, Tom Likas, and Patrice O'Neill. These are the OGs of the red pill. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gaston.
Right.
This is the OGs. So if you
Right.
don't know these names, these are some of the people who are the originators or are given credit as being the originators. All right. So you see the names there. I'm not familiar with all of their content. I'm just going to tell you, I know the names. Shahrazad Ali, Tom Likas, and Patrice O'Neill were speaking these truths years ago. Thanks for schooling us. All right. Life of Cash says, red pill reality. Women want men to be traditional provider while picking and choosing roles and responsibilities that are beneficial to them. Oh, this is, I think, the rub. Red pill reality. Women want a man to be traditional. I think a lot of women are traditional, particularly in the Black community. However, he's saying we women pick roles and choose responsibilities that are only beneficial to us and not necessarily the family. Okay. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like. I'll
And
get
I
somewhere.
think I was gonna say I think that's kind of the key to the red pill is that realizing that was a fact. I don't know if you can pull that back up, but in fact
Yes. Here we go.
women are choosing roles and responsibilities that are only beneficial to them in their individual life, as opposed to something that's going to benefit them and their husband, them and their family, them and their children, their legacy. They don't care about it.
So
As,
I
as
am
it
sorry,
pertains
go
to
ahead. Sorry, excuse me.
right, as it pertains to a nuclear family, they're not so concerned about that legacy. It's more so the legacy of themselves as they currently are, and that kind of extends on for some time before they realize, oh, one day I won't be here, and then what will be left of that legacy when I'm gone? And then they try to play catch up, and it's like, you know, that's when women begin to ingest that red pill as well. And so what we're saying as men is that we're realizing that now. We're realizing the value of making ourselves our best self now, and being available, but not being not what I think you was that your show that you were saying? No, that wasn't your show. But don't overextend yourself for a woman, for example, because eventually you're gonna begin to sell yourself out, right? And then if she leaves, then you're a shell of a man, right? You're nothing. to yourself. So you have that realization that I need to make myself the best self that I can for my potential legacy. And then, it's a lot. It's a lot
So
to
okay, so let's break this
make
down
the
because I'm
requirement.
itching
Yeah.
to jump in because I want people to understand like what this looks like in reality because I
Mhm.
think this is a great kind of segue into some of the questions I have for you when it comes to the red pill versus blue pill approach to dating. So when
Right.
we say, so break it down in like a real life example. You can make it up, but just give us an example because when women are hearing this, again, for a person who is new to this type of philosophy, when I first heard it, I was like, who am I? Who they talking about? They talking about me? They talking about me. But when they're saying when women want a traditional husband, but they are choosing, according to Red Pill, not my words, according to Red Pill, they are choosing for themselves, for the women, for themselves, roles and responsibilities that are beneficial to them. Can you break down what that means in real life? What does that look like in real life to you?
So in real life, roles and responsibilities that are beneficial to them. Going to school and getting 3 degrees, right? And spending 10, 15 years in school, and never focusing on building and maintaining relationships with men so that they can create a family. Because when you spent all that time in school and then maybe in your professional life, and then when it comes to building and maintaining a family, something that's actually going to be beneficial to you after your career, um, they haven't taken that into consideration. So all the roles and responsibilities of being a professional woman, being a well educated woman, are really only beneficial to them because ultimately, I mean, and that's what a lot of people bring up is the whole Kevin Samuels conversation of how much do you want to be responsible for the family's financial load in your relationship? And so when you have children, do you want to still, you have to stop going to work? Do you want to say, oh well, um, I'm taking away 50% of the household income? And it's like, no, I don't want to be responsible for that much. And so most women having these educations, having these professions, a lot of times they don't even want it. They'd rather say, oh man, I'd rather have the family and not be in this, and
So
so
yeah, I'll
it's a lot.
add on to it, and I'm glad that you so bravely and so eloquently put that bow on it because I think that conversation is a deeper one. We're going to scratch the surface here today
Mm,
about the decisions that women are making and why, because I
mm,
think many of us were taught that we were doing for the family when we went and got these degrees and became these professionals. But there's a red pill side to that story that says, well, if you, as I'm just kind of putting a bow on what you said, if you think in a marriage you should be at home, well, why you got all these degrees? That's basically what you're saying. If you want, when you're married, for your husband to work and you to raise the kids and be at home, why you went and got all of them? And again,
right.
I
If you're
feel,
a traditional, that's what the term traditional versus modern woman came from. Is that
yes.
if you're traditional and you're wanting to have a man who's going to take care of all the bills, or make sure that all the carry the bulk of the family financial load, then why is your focus to make more than him or more than most people? All of a sudden, like, oh, I'm gonna make sure I have a master's, a doctorate, so my PhD, right?
So
To to
but
make
that's
all
what we was
this money.
taught, yes. And I can't even let it just slide because that's what we were taught. We were taught we were doing it for the family. But in practical reality, the red pill
Mm,
says it ain't helping. I hear what you're saying. I'm going to just step in for my ladies who were like me, brought up that academics were the best thing that could ever happen to you, and reaching your fullest potential was what was going to bring you success in marriage. That's what we were taught. So you're saying that reality for red pill community what should I say, interpretation is not it does not add up. You say
right.
you want one thing, and if you put all your literal eggs in that basket of
Them eggs gonna run out.
school
But
and
so
everything else, you're saying the reality is not going to lead us to actual relationships and longevity and legacy.
right, at least not in the time frame that you would prefer. Like when you start to actually get there and realize this is something that I want, and then it's like the time is kind of not necessarily passed you by, but it's ticking, right? So
Yes. Yes,
um,
absolutely. So we're getting some reality, red pill and versus a blue pill, and we're gonna get into blue pill momentarily. Let me see what else is in the comments. Let me see. Kiro says, Mr. Real Estate. Problem is, some women don't understand what it entails to be feminism. Feminine. There's still Thailand. Oh, come on now. We ain't going over there.
One more
I
time.
see you, casual observer. Says the issue is of women being focused on career in our community. Same thing you just said, basically. The issue is when women in our community hold a contempt for men.
Hmm.
There is no dilemma between career and family, respectfully. So he has a different opinion. He's saying it's not about that. It's about you now being upset with your brother who don't have the 3 degrees, or your brother who does not make as much as you as a result of you pursuing education, etc. I think not putting words in your mouth, but interpreting what he just said. Thank you, casual observer. Interesting. Let's see. Mr. Real Estate says, very true. At a certain point, men are going to go where they are wanted. Well, I think they're wanted. Controversial comment here. Feminism created by women has corrupted the minds of Black women. Oh my gosh, that's another whole different conversation where there are our counterparts.
Another stream.
That's a whole different stream. Our
That's a
counterparts.
Patreon stream. Look.
That might be a Patreon stream because I don't know if I can.
I go on YouTube.
I don't think I can on YouTube. Yes, we might have to go over to the Patreon because what feminism has taught us, other women, our white sisters, are not following. They still get married. They told you to get your degrees. They got theirs, but they also got their husband. Oh my gosh. That's another stream. Okay. Red Pill Reality. Bedside BK says Red Pill Reality is it is also creating a tremendous financial debt. Woo. All right. Some of us are already down this road, but dead when we're marrying, student loans and fertility treatment. I hear you, my brother.
And I think that's another thing to bring up about red pill versus blue pill is there was a time where I had like an empathy, right? Like I felt sorry almost that when I first started finding out like, oh, Black women didn't know. Black women weren't aware. You know, they just did what they were told. And that was blue pill thinking in my part, because the reality is, you know, we all make decisions. Once you turn 18, you go to college, you know, whatever you do in your life, but we all have to make decisions. And the fact that you could see your senior women in your family, the people who were around you, were making these decisions to not be in relationships, and then how their life is going. And these women still decided to go to school and get educated and said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
You know, everybody talks about that rich auntie, right? That's single, doesn't have any kids, and she's professional. She's doing good. But if you ask that auntie, like, would you have changed? Would you have done it differently? You know,
she may say yes. Now, I'm gonna add this, and I agree, and I'm gonna pivot a little bit from where we're going. So, casual observer added, the career rhetoric is obfuscatory device used to gaslight the real underlying issue. So he's saying it's not even about this, but I'm glad that he's making this observation. There's no dilemma between career and family. Most women work mundane jobs, not the height of the career like path. Again, you have that one rich aunt or that one person, but most people are not gonna hit the, which I say
professional
the C-suite level, right? So I agree. So I think we're getting into a weeds, and we're going to come back a little bit. So Sergio adds, Suzette speaks. Wagwan, Sergio. Red pill is right on a lot of it. But if you're a quality man and you select ladies that you go on dates with, if you present well, ladies are not afraid to court and pay. I've experienced it and it's nice. Okay, let's see. I think your point. Red pill is right on a lot, but if you are a quality man and you select ladies and you go on dates, if you present ladies, okay, I think I get what you're saying, Sergio. All right, let's see. Mr. Real Estate adds, agree to disagree, brother. It does nothing for me to have women offer to pay. Y'all with this paying for the dates. If anything comes to as controlling, if they keep on insisting, it's like traditional gender roles. Okay, I hear you. All right, I had to learn to accept good treatment by women who wanted to do things for me. Okay, so let's get over into the blue. So you said, or I had asked you before this stream about dating from a blue pill perspective.
Right.
So can you describe what your experiences were and how you approached dating when you were, so Gaston's it has been trying both, let's just say. And I just wanted to say Gaston's were, okay, you gonna be upfront, share what you want to share comfortably, right, and let us know what happened as a result. So Gaston's world went first and foremost from a blue pill perspective, the Disney, the let me let you explain. Let me hear
Right.
what you had to say with it when it had to do with blue pill. Tell us about
Well,
that. Mm-hmm.
so I think that's a lot of men's experience, especially young men. As most of you know, I'm 31 years old. So as young men, we all kind of date from this blue pill perspective of, you know, this person that I'm on this date with, this person I'm interacting with, is, you know, above, better than. A lot of us were raised by women, and so the our perspective of women is that they're. I mean, okay, my perspective of women was that, oh, there's no wrong that could be done here, or surely she has only my best interest at heart. And in actuality, they're human beings, and that's what the red pill transition is. But when I was dating from that perspective, I never held women accountable, right? I never asked important questions that would lead to the progress or forward progress of our relationship. It would just kind of sit stagnant at this one place where I'm just, oh, she can't do no wrong. I don't need to ask her about her past relationships or hold her accountable for things that she may do or say wrong. And like I said, it's a sobering effect when you realize that you need to start asking those questions. So
Give us an example. Give us an example of what it was like to date with you from a blue pill perspective.
so I guess we could go back to when I was in college. I was in college and I went to Alabama A&M University, go Bulldogs. And I would say it was maybe like the first semester. I met this young lady, very nice young lady from New Orleans. Well, again, blue pill. She was very nice young lady. My perception of her was very nice at first. Got to know each other. Exchanged information. Went out a couple of times, and the blue pill perspective said that this young lady could do no wrong. She wouldn't uh, hurt me, or she wouldn't uh, mislead me, lie to me, however you want to look at it. She was just, free of imperfections. And I had a car. I was one of the only freshmen that year who had a car. And, she was like, hey, can me and my girl, use your car to go to the mall? I was like, yeah, gave her the keys. Now, remember, I was like 18 years old. So that, I'm not doing that no more. But it's the reality of, that blue pill versus red pill, right? And so I gave her the keys. She went out, did whatever. When I got my car back, my car smoked out. Now, I don't consume any paraphernalia, right? And so why does my car smell like smoke? Why does my car smell like, whatever you want to, and so when I asked her about it, holding her accountable, like, hey, what's up? Like, you smoked my car out? I was immediately met with, contention, like, don't hold me accountable, it's not that big a deal, whatever. Like, and so that was one of my first red pill experiences. Like I said, I was dating with a blue pill perspective, but like I said, the red pill experience is something that shocks you to reality, just like Neo in the Matrix when he took that pill, and it immediately brought him to the reality of the world, and showed me that this person is not free of imperfection. This person is not on a pedestal. They're exactly where I am on this human plane, and we're all kind of moving along the same way. So,
Okay, gotcha. So red
yeah.
pill, give the benefit of the doubt, saw ladies as,
Blue pill.
excuse me, thank you,
Yeah.
confusion. Blue pill, saw
Mhm.
ladies as coming from the same place of what should I say, innocence and equal
Naivety, like share
naivete. Naivete. Okay, coming from that similar place and giving them the benefit of the doubt that they were showing their true and transparent selves in a way that reflected oftentimes what you felt about them. So that
right.
was his experience with Blue Pill. Now, when you were dating Blue Pill, were you very successful? You gave one example where it did not work out. Thank you. They talk about big facts. Gaston's world. Thank you. Um, hmm.
So how do we quantify success, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's the key. That's another key is that you may quantify success by being able to get laid, right? Or I got laid, or I got somebody to call me their boyfriend, or somebody to call me their whatever significant other, and you may think that's successful, but in actuality, it's just another part of the fantasy, another part of the blue pill, the rose-colored glasses. Because I see it, I believe it, and they say believe none of what you hear, half of what you see, right? And so just because I saw it, and you're telling me I'm your boyfriend, and whatever, that doesn't make it reality. And so when you say how successful was I at the time, it was very successful in my opinion, because I was getting what I thought was I was getting what I perceived to be success.
Right.
But now that I have this new train of thought, this new way of thinking, this red pill perception,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
um, no, it was false success, right?
Got
It,
it.
it
So you
wasn't.
weren't getting your what you thought you were getting anyway. I like this question, Ebony. Great question. Gaston, how would you respond? Maybe someone can explain this. How comes when women in other communities have degrees, it works for them, but not our community? So I've seen, a lot of commentary. Women are overeducated. Most women don't use their degrees. It's not helping. It's just creating debt. All this other stuff. How
Mhm.
come it seems like our counterparts in the white community and other communities they get their degrees? And they are also able to build families, and also it helps their community, so to speak. What say
So you
you?
want to leave that up for me? So it says, why does it work for other women to have degrees in their community? So I think what the important thing to remember is that a lot of times when they're getting their degrees, right, when they're in undergrad, when they're in graduate school, um, they're also a lot of times getting a husband. A lot of them are interacting with their classmates, but not for just some nighttime fun. Some of them are looking for, and they've been taught to look for their long term partner. And unfortunately, in our community, a lot of our young women are taught, focus on your education, not on a relationship. So while they may be interacting with men in college, they're not interacting with men to create that long term relationship. At least traditionally, like not traditionally, but at least in the past, I would say 20 years. Like I said, I was in college 10 years ago, and none of the ladies who I was dating or, seeing had that. Oh, are you trying to get married? Are you serious about this? It was just more, we just want to have fun. Which again is that blue pill ideology of life is just supposed to be fun. I'm young. I'm supposed to just have fun. I'm not supposed to be worried about, the rest of my life. I need to worry about today.
Now hold
And
up now, Gaston. Everybody in college wasn't looking for no wife now. Come on, Gaston. A lot of these men wasn't looking for
um,
no wife now, Gaston.
yeah, so that's another thing that we learned is that if you're gonna give of yourself sexually or however, then you need to require more. Require more from the man if you're gonna be, interacting with him on that level, or you're gonna get some poor results in the end. Because who am I to tell you to not give it to me, right? Like, oh no, we need to chastity, slow down. I'm a man, right? At the end of the day, I'm gonna back
Well,
then.
now let me get in this. Let me get
I'm
these comments.
changed now,
You're
y'all.
trying to say we need to hold y'all to a higher standard. Well,
But I just
y'all was dipping and tipping and doing.
right. So I just think that what we've learned
I
now.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I think that what
know.
we've
Y'all hit
learned
the
now,
like button. I don't
Suzette.
know. Guess I'm gonna stop you right now. I'll hit the like button real quick.
So you
I
want
want
to
to
stop
see.
me?
But I appreciate what you were saying before. Um, that in your opinion, there was more
I
of
was
an
just gonna say
emphasis.
that we all need to hold ourselves to a higher standard. All of
Okay,
us.
we all do. Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. We
So
all need it. Thank you for my Cash App donators. You'll see your names on the bottom there. Appreciate your support. Go ahead and show some love for a super chat or through the Cash App. But yes, okay, interesting. And I'll let hold on. Let me see what the comments are saying in response. I saw one by Beverly. Hi, Beverly. I'm older, and more experienced. Women like men in today's world should be educated to be able to sustain themselves in an event. That's what I was taught. Spouse is unable to. I.e., death or divorce. It creates a high level of respect and appreciation for each other. Her opinion. That's what we were taught. Y'all saying is not used. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate the cash app. Thanks for showing some love, Willie.
I
Waka
wonder.
whistle.
I wonder when
Um,
that young lady who just commented. I
yes.
wonder if and when she was married, and not to say that she
She
isn't.
says she's older. She says she's older, so she's probably beyond the last 30 years. I'm
Right.
assuming.
And so I would just wonder, like, if she was married, when did she decide to get married, right? Or when did
How old
she?
was she?
Right. I would be curious to know that because, again, it's not men aren't saying women don't need to be educated or women don't go get educated. But it's like the emphasis is put so much there as opposed to a full life, view. Like I need to be focused on everything that's going to be
Ooh,
happening for me to
it's
make.
a tough call
Right.
because I don't disagree, but I agree with what she was saying because that's what I was taught. You would have your husband's back, and then there's people telling us now we don't want you to have our back. We'll have long-term insurance. We don't want you to have our back. We want you to encourage us to go get the next job or start the business or do a other thing. I love this. Xavier says education ain't the issue. Attitude.
Right.
Well, there's that. There's that.
Right.
Your opinion, not mine. Thank you. Mr. Real Estate, it says, casual observer, brother, I do not deny that women are getting more degrees on paper. I'm pushing back on the false premise that the issue is women getting 2 to 3 degrees as the norm in lucrative fields, meaning that even with all these degrees, it's not really like it's going to cap out. Big up to Waka Whistle, Willie Waka Whistle, sending me the pounds from England. Thank you very much for the cash app. Appreciate them pounds for supporting the stream. Appreciate. Yes. Tolu, please give me some expounding because as a woman of a certain age, a grown woman, I feel like I was lied to. I've said that on the lead attorney show. I've said that on my show. I said, all this emphasis on education, all this emphasis on being the best you can, have your husband's back. Being smart is going to help your family. Being educated is going to help your family. And now having people throw it in my face as if it were like some kind of scarlet letter is like, it feels like, again, the rule book I was taught from 80s, 90s babies, even 2000s, and the rule book that I'm now hearing from the Manosphere is oftentimes confused or just really opposite. So I'm trying to come to terms with that, and I guess it's not always about education, as we just heard. It's also about the attitude as well. But being that I feel like women were misguided, I love Tolu. We were all lied to. Let me know.
Well, so to kind of piggyback off that is saying, you know, women weren't taught to be this way. So I think that one thing that we all were taught is that you treat people how you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
And for somewhere along the last 10 or 15 years, a lot of people threw that out the window. And I won't say women, I won't say black women, because that's triggering. But a lot of people threw that idea of treat people how you want to be treated out of the window. And again, focused on treating themselves, right? Or just focusing on themselves and allowing everyone to give them this attention, respect, and then in return, not doing anything because nobody ever required them to. Nobody said, I'm not going to give this to you unless you give it back to me, unless you reciprocate it. And nobody has done that in their life. And so now that men are having these conversations where they're men are telling men to hold women accountable. Men are telling men to expect what you're giving and not just give unrelentlessly. And so, I think that's why, these spaces are growing so like wildfire so rapidly because these are things that we didn't even know. And so now that we're employing these thoughts into our life, we're definitely seeing a change in the community overall, and not just, it's a slow change, and it's hurting, but like for example, me and you, Suzette, these conversations that me and you have, this relationship that we've built in this YouTube space would have never happened if it not been for these conversations that we're starting to have now. So I definitely think it's changed. Things are changing. And this is all very important that we hold ourselves accountable first, and then hold other people accountable for how they treat us, and then see the difference in results. And I think that's the most important thing I've learned from this whole journey. So
Okay, I love it. I don't mean to laugh. I heard Ebony. Sorry, your comment made me smile. I am the rich auntie. As an immigrant, I was told to go to college to get an education. I was in relationships, took care of my man. It just didn't work out. Very good observations.
mm,
I see you, TWP Popcorn. The blue pill, the system we live in, the system we live by that doesn't work for us, but against us. Interesting. The
mm.
blue pill, the system we live by that doesn't work for us, but against us. Thank you for adding that to the definition of red pill versus blue pill. Camila adds, we were taught that we needed to take care of ourselves, girl. Here I am. The idea of the knight in shining armor sweeping us off our feet to marry us. Oh, Lord. Too much Cinderella. Too
but
much
that's but that's
Sleeping Beauty.
it's
Too,
like it's like a lot of women think that this guy's coming though, and still.
yo, yeah.
So,
Have you seen this? There's a Jamaican meme. Sorry, gotta interject. There's a Jamaican meme with Sleeping Beauty, the Jamaican version with Beauty and the Beast. No, Beauty and the Beast, where the Beast is Jamaican and the candles and stuff are like, yo, go talk to him, Beauty. And the first thing she said, him have money, him not have no money. It's so funny, but it's
wow,
reality. Talk about like him not have no money, go talk to him. Like it's so funny. Look up
wow.
Beauty and the Beast Jamaican. But it was very interesting to see that and the modernization of that. And I agree with what you're saying. You're saying men got this memo, not only to give but to expect. Is that the crux of what
No,
you're saying?
no, we were lied to too. We were told to be givers. We were told to be providers and protectors, but we weren't told what to expect in return. And so
Mm,
that's why we were all, a lot of us were in this blue pill state of not holding women accountable, not having expectations. And
mm,
now
mm,
that we are waking up, now that we're all having to, collectively ingest this red pill, and say, "Wow, this is the new reality." Like this is sobering to a lot of us that
mm.
just honestly never experienced it before. So,
Wow. So it's on both sides. You're saying it's not so everybody got a little of that blue and now I got that red slapping you in the face. I
well, that's
hear
the
you.
thing, and that's
Yeah.
the thing about that comment before about the Disney, the knight in the shining armor sweeping them. A lot of women aren't, you know, ingesting the red pill, right? It's not. I
We
know you're
still
true.
waiting.
I'm
I
trying
think I'm getting a lot of red pill lately. I'm
I'm
like,
not trying
whoa.
to look,
I'm
and
like, you know
that's
when you
how it
have
happens,
a consciousness of it, and now it's like in your face. I see
right?
this. WJH. I'll read it. The mix of feminism plus woke victimhood. Ooh, equals a generation of unmarriageable. Hmm. Hmm. This needs to be expounded upon. I need to dig in a little deeper. Your opinion. Thank you. Um, what does that have to do with anything, Mr. Real Estate? They're asking. Observers that speak of the traditional Indian, Chinese, and Syrian. No, they don't. They have a village raising their children, grandmas, aunties, etc. And Western notion to drop your child. I don't think so. I still see villages around my families and friends who are married, and they are black. I still see those villages, but I understand your point with that you're making as a whole. Camila adds the broken home is also confirm why black women needed to ensure exactly the success because the ideal family home was not promised. So we go back into and we can talk about the origins, another stream maybe. But when we talk
Yeah,
about the drug war, when we talk about black men being mass incarcerated, when we talk about economics of the 80s, when we talk about a lot of things that basically took our men in the United States out of our homes, this made us move into, and I think you said this, Gaston, survival mode, and that we were never able to leave it alone. Do you want to expound on that?
and so that may have been the case at some point that external factors that none of us had control over affected our communities in ways that we never thought were possible, in ways that, for example, the epidemic of drugs, and that, taking, destroying nuclear families, right? And so that may have been the case at some point in time in our history. But what happened when it was over, right? It just seemed that there wasn't a reckoning to say, okay, this happened. It was tragic. It was terrible. It tore our community to shreds. But then there wasn't a reckoning to say, well, let's come back to what what worked before. Let's come back to, like I said, the nuclear family structure. There was never that, because we aren't that anymore. In today's society, black men are not,
like out of the picture is what you're saying. You're saying we ain't come off of that. We have not come back from that fully. I hear you.
And we want to. A lot of us. Some of us don't. And I shout out to y'all. But a lot of us want to be in traditional relationships with nuclear families, with a wife and a child and children.
Hello.
And but it's like, who are you going to be in that relationship with? It's funny. I had a conversation with Kevin Samuels on his channel, and he said, "How do you interact with the void, an empty chair, someone who isn't there?" And that's a lot of times what we deal with as men. That's one of the other red pill realities that we're all experiencing, is that we can work as hard as we can to make ourselves the best version of ourselves, but how can you share that with somebody who isn't there in the first place to receive it? So.
Oh Lord, we here. I see this, Mika. We're here. Seems like a lot of people are just dating the wrong people sometimes. I hear you, sis. Diane says, I'm getting disappointed real fast. Listen, Shernan say, so blue pill equals young, dumb, and naive? Question face. Okay.
Naivety.
We're watching. Be careful of the sign language. I hear you. Sign means shaming, insulting,
guilt, and the need to be right.
Guilt and the need to be right. Thank you. So we want to stay away from that. We want to just argue the points. I hear you, my brother. A life of cash. There are definitely plenty of women. Respectfully, I do think out here. I agree. All right. Herb says, growing up, men are taught to compete with the world while women are taught to compete with men. Is that a red pill reality?
I believe so, because that's the reality that we're in right now, is that, women are out here buying houses, buying cars for families that they don't have. Right? Like, why do you have a Yukon Denali as a single woman? Why do you have a 5-bedroom house as a single woman?
What are you trying to say? We ain't got nobody to pick up in the Denali?
You don't. Not on a consistent daily basis.
There's
right?
no soccer team. There's no.
Right.
So we done amassed all of these things, and you're like, who are you buying the Denali for?
Right.
What are you buying the Denali for? Oh my.
Right.
Woo. Okay. I hear this point. Go ahead.
You have 3 degrees in chemistry, and you work at you.
Lord mercy. Let me rescue you from that point then. Let me go back in the chat. Let me rescue you. You live, you learn. Tolu adds, the blue pill was told men were evil. Okay, and not to be trusted. So you need to be perfect. All right. Red pill found out women can be trifling and still play victim. Ooh, paraphrase. Let me read this.
A lot of times
told men were the evil, doing the bad, doing the the heartbreak, could not be trusted and needed to be perfect. Red pill found out women too can be trifling and stay playing victim. Interesting. What are your thoughts on that? Is that
absolutely one of the things that we have learned as men is that there is this portrayal of black men, especially, for example, Mr. and The Color Purple. There's this portrayal that so many people have adapted that this is blanket, all black men are like this, and we're not. And so the blue pill, because obviously The Color Purple is a fiction, it's a movie, but that character being shown on screen and so many people consuming that movie has created this false narrative in our community that all men or all black men are like this. And so what I think is important is that, as men start to sober to reality, and it's important that women also take into account that the men that you see every day don't all want to hurt you. They're not all looking to take something from you or something to that degree. we're just living life just like you. We're trying to figure it out every day. And quite frankly, a lot of us don't, you know, have the time or energy or capacity to, think to cause harm to you. So, uh-oh,
Is that my? What is that?
that's got to be
What
you.
is that?
You over
Struggle
there
streaming.
dancing.
Struggle. No, no. Struggle streaming. Okay. Good point though. Sorry about that. I don't know what just
No
happened.
problem.
Stop. Stop. Skip ads. Stop. Okay. Okay. I was here trying to look at the streams. I'm over 100 likes. That's what happened. I was looking at the stream, trying to
Oh,
see we're over 100 likes. We crossed the threshold. Show some love.
oh wait, hold on, Suzette. You pulled up your own stream and it showed you an ad.
Because I gotta see the ad. Yeah, I put on my own stream and it showed me an ad before I could see the
Wow.
live.
You
Wanted to
keep it
see
going.
if y'all are supporting. Y'all know what to do. We are enjoying the conversation. We're gonna take up a couple more people up on the panel. You gotta show your face though if you come on the panel. I'm gonna read a few more comments. I'm enjoying the conversation. Clearly, you guys are too. We have over 100 some people in the chat, and it's hitting a nerve. It's definitely sparking the conversation, which is what we want to do. Hit the like button as you come in. You guys can donate to Suzette Speak Show. Appreciate your support. There is the Cash App. Thank you to all those. You can see the ticker on the bottom who have already given to support this type of messaging and this type of media. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So, as Gaston is saying, there is a whole community, the Manosphere, of content creators. There is a red pill subset of thinking, and there is a blue pill subset of thinking. It does not reflect everybody, and our definitions here are again very loose. There are people who are going to agree and disagree, and we're trying to give us a piece of a framework from which to work in terms of why men and women are not seeing eye to eye, why our dating is being, I don't know, mismatched might be for lack of a better term, and
Right.
why we need to start to communicate with one another in terms of expectations and not being held back by, as he's talking about, past what I would even call it social influences, like movies, like basically us being afraid of our own, both
Right.
men and women, right? And painting ourselves, painting women in a box and painting men in a box. I think we got to be very careful on both sides of the independent, INDEP, all of this and all that, and
Right.
thinking that she cannot be a good wife and a good mother, and
Mm.
that she does not want to be a good wife and a go, I'm stepping in it, and that she has a desire still to be, got my degrees, got my business, got my Denali, got my house or whatever, and I still would love partnership. I don't have a Denali, y'all. I'm not saying me. I was using Gaston's example. So I think we got to be very careful. We're not painting everyone with a broad brush. I'll hit the like button, please. And I got to be very careful that we are not mischaracterizing our men as well. Right. So I think that's what Gaston is pointing out, that there's a lot of red pill saying that there's so many people that are lost because they're going by the stereotype. They're playing up the, or they're afraid to date, or assuming the worst, or using this kind of incorrect or inaccurate
Fantastic.
interpretation. We'll say again,
Fantastical.
fantastical, made up ways of interpreting the opposite sex. So we're getting deep, y'all. We're gonna do some work. I'm gonna drop the link. You guys can come on up. We're gonna ask you to mic up or face up. I gotta be able to see you if I don't know you, and it's like you're not showing yourself. There's the stream link. Y'all hit the like button. Thank y'all for the cash apps again. Red Pill Hulsa says it works for them because they don't know they need their man, and our women think I'm a boss babe and I don't need, not everybody. That's what we're saying, not everybody, but other women don't talk silly like this. Now I do believe that there are some that do believe this. I'm not saying all though. Oh, Mr. Real Estate, you came up first though. You came up first, ready to go, ready to go. Mr. Real Estate, don't get my stream demonetized. Now be appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna bring you up just momentarily. Come up in the back, guys. Show your faces. I'm gonna read a few more comments before I bring him up. Tolu says other communities are raised to serve. Oh boy, and it shows. Not saying black women are bad, but upbringing is different. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that is for everyone, but thank you for your observation. Mr. Real Estate, you're back here, so I'm not gonna read your comments. I'm gonna let you say what you. Hey, Links Wagwan, my brother Links. How are you? I hope you're feeling better too, brother. What is the motive behind the degree? Is it because they fed you the mantra, you don't need a man. I hear it again. No, my mom just told me go get these degrees. We have to make many choices and give up way too easy. I do think you do have to kiss, what do they say, the frog? It's a part of it. It's a part of it. It's a part of it. That's the part. We were mad at the frogs, but there are frogs everywhere. Yeah, the country, no matter where. Blue pill and red pill seems like two extremes. Is there a middle ground? Asked Camila. Well, let me bring this gentleman up, Mr. Real Estate. I'm. This is the first time up. How are you?
Girl, Suzette, I have joined quite a few live streams, and you are the only one that has gotten me to cam up. I'm not suited and booted yet. I'm still working on my YouTube studio, traveling on the road in this dingy hotel, but for you, I will cam up.
Oh, I appreciate it. Well, that meant that this type of content moved you. You were very busy in the chat, sir. So give us your thoughts. What are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Well, something that I did want to correct you on for just a second, and it's not so much as a correction, but earlier you read the comments a little bit out of order. I was making the point that the casual observer said, hey, not every woman is out here getting, noteworthy degrees. And I'm like, yay, you're right. But the fact is, when she's spending 40 plus hours a week on her career, who's raising the children? And the answer is daycare. And then he retorted with, well, there's other cultures of women, Syrians and Chinese and Indians, and they use daycare too. And I said, no, for the most part, daycare is a Western notion. It was invented in the 19th century. It's still pretty new. And traditional women from other cultures, they have a village raising the child, whether that's your auntie, your grandma, your sister, your niece, your nephew. It's a pretty Western notion to just drop your kids off with total strangers for 8 hours a day.
So let me ask you this. So are you saying that modern, particularly Black women, are not being taught the value of hands-on child rearing? Are you saying that's pretty common? Oh boy, it's about 5 men in the back. I love it. So hands-on child rearing? Or are you telling us that if we don't move to that, it's going to be a problem?
I think that in the African American community, especially single African American women, they feel because their child has the latest Jordans on their feet, because their child has food in their belly, because their child has a roof over their head, and they're going to a daycare that seems nice, they're a good mother. But other cultures understand there's a lot more in between the lines. There's a lot more that a mother provides than just these basic necessities. So, I've been in other lives, and this got heated as well when we talk about the daycare thing, because, I'm more of a traditional man where if it was up to me, I would love my woman to help with my business, maybe have a hobby business of her own. But for the most part, if we have children, her role should be trying to bring up and rear those children to be the best human beings that we can possibly produce.
Okay, and I am in full agreement now. Am I discounted from that possible mate? Not for you, but in general, because I'm a degreed woman. Do you believe degreed women don't see the value in that or don't fit that mold?
See, this is the thing. Because of how bad the dating scene has gotten, we have these stereotypes. And stereotypes always have a root of truth. So yes, the modern woman, the average modern woman, if we're going to paint them with a big brush, the average modern woman puts her career first, and whether she finds a man, whether she ever has children is here nor there. I can do all that by myself. Now, if we're going to talk about you specifically, no, just because you went out to get a degree, that does not mean that you can't be a good mother. It's all about intent. And that's why Gaston hit it on the head earlier when he said these other cultures go to college and their intent is equally on finding a husband just as much as it is on getting a degree.
Lord, okay, I hear your point. I hear you. Now, casual observer, you don't want to face up, but he said he want to ask you a question directly. Casual observer.
Face up, brother, come on.
No, you can't bring up your fist. Don't demonetize.
Follow the rules. Y'all see my ugly mug?
You can't demonetize my stream.
Yeah, unfortunately, they may not know, Suzette. So what happened on another content creator in the Manosphere? Well, maybe they're not Manosphere, but another content creator. They had a stream that was demonetized, or not demonetized. Their whole channel was taken down because
Red
someone
Pill
came up and
Hustle, welcome.
right, somebody came up and trolled their channel, and so
Yeah, I can't have the trolling.
moving
I
forward,
trust you,
right,
casual observer, but literally, they whole YouTube channel was taken from them. So we just trying to keep it, so we can't
We
see
can't risk it.
we can't risk it.
Trust
So
but verify.
how are you, Red Pill Hustle? Nice to see you.
I'm good. How you doing?
I love you. Listen, with your name, you need to be in the conversation.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I appreciate.
I know my man's Gaston was doing his thing up there.
Yes, and he's
what's going
fantastic,
on,
and
man?
he was brave, and he said, "Yo, I'm gonna explain. I can only tell you what I see, and what has worked and what hasn't worked. So tell us what your thoughts are about this type of conversation."
In terms of like, still on the same topic of like the degrees or red pill in general.
Red pill in general, and then you can address the degrees.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like Gaston's World said, it's derived from the Matrix movies. It's pretty much just kind of seeing the world for what it really is. So the comment I left before is that like all women, since we're real young, women have always told us that they want a man or a man who is nice. I want him to buy me flowers. I want him to do this. I want him to do that. And then you see her out there, and she was like, damn, she's dating a jerk. And then I was like, okay, it happens. Sometimes we have bad judgment. Then jerk number 2, then jerk number 3, and then jerk number 4. I'm like, dang, it seems like the jerks are getting all the play. And, I'm over here buying all these flowers and doing this nice guy stuff. I can't get no play. What's happening here?
Dating? Who are y'all dating? I promise you, we appreciate the nice guys, but you're saying the people who you've seen, and apparently it's a lot, y'all saying that they not treating the nice guys. No problem. Oh, I see you, casual observer.
Nice guys get played left and right.
Suzette, you have to understand you are an extreme minority of women.
Yeah.
You are not the average woman out there. I'm 27. I don't know how old you are, but my demographic, are you kidding me? My demographic created hot. What you mean?
They doing a hot girl summer, winter, spring.
Come on.
Listen, all right, so if I could give an example, right? So like any like educated brother will back me up like 10,000%. All the guys who were like studying hard in school and were well articulated was what we always hear. Oh, you sound white, right? Like in school, we weren't really getting play like that because
looked over, really passed up.
Yeah, that's not really what was the girls were going for back in the day. Like, oh, you sound white, or oh, you a nerd, or oh, you like anime. Man, listen, girls, if you want to find a guy who's hardworking and not on CBS, find a guy who likes anime.
For real, them anime boys make money.
Right, Michael B. Jordan. Right, who said it? Like Michael B. Jordan said it. I think Poor Man's Podcast said it. Mediocre tutorials, but man, listen, girls, don't be sleeping on anime.
No, they do, and this is what happens because this has been my experience. So these men who have seen the realities of red pill, and the girls who threw them to the side and didn't show them no play and waited, as they get older now, they come into demand. So now you have a lot more single women as you get older and more mature. And now you who have been rejected, or not saying you guys, but in general, who have seen, rejected. He's like, I was.
Every man done been rejected.
I know, who have seen the opposite of what you would have wanted. Now, do y'all become savages though and be serving that right back to everybody? Is that the play?
It depends. If I see that she's a city girl, hell yeah, I'm gonna use you for the fun that you came here to bring, and that's it. I ain't gonna try to have no intellectual discussion with a 19-year-old. Come on now.
Well, so the thing is that there was once upon a time where it's okay, Suzette.
Let me drop the. Let me read something.
There was once upon a time where I, as a man, like I said, had these interactions that I thought were valuable, that I thought, oh, this is nice, this is fun, this is what a relationship is supposed to be, and it was fantastical. It wasn't the reality that I'm not going to be with this person forever because we're not building anything. We're just having fun together, right? And so as I moved forward, or as I got older, and I saw that these women still had these fantastical mindsets, then you just treat them like fantasies. And eventually,
they get the memo. Jesus. All right, let's get a little deeper. So TWP Popcorn says the new system was built. Let's think about this, on destroying the community as a whole. And I see you, Ola. You're up next. Destroying the community as a whole. let the women who were supported the men cut. Excuse me, I get what you're saying, but let the women who supported the men cut them down so the system ain't the bad guy. We are for not seeing his reality. Okay, so I think he's saying, and I'm going to interpret because I see a little typos, but it's okay.
You got to work on your sentence structure, brother.
It's okay. I think that if you put women at the head, it destroys the family. Or if you push women to believe that they are going to, make enough to support themselves or they're better off somehow. Oh my gosh, I do not think we have been, as a community, in churches, extolling the virtues of marriage. I think this has been kind of left on the cutting floor for whatever reason. That, yes, you have the married ministry once you are married, and you might have the singles ministry that do a couple mixers, but I'm talking about really teaching. I'm talking about from the religious point of view and in our society as a whole. In my household, we didn't talk about marriage. I think that my parents assumed it would just happen. So the real understanding of what the value is, why God created this, as before there was government, there was family, right? There was this basic unit that allows government to be, but we were never really taught that value. Now, other communities, I think, are. I think they do have these discussions around their dinner tables, etc., when it comes to the value of why you need family. Family is the building block for financial success in a community, for every other part. But why do you think we have not seen the game, or we're not really seeing the system and what the outcome, because we know what the outcome is going to be if we keep pushing certain rhetoric and if we are not kind of getting on the same page? Why do you think we have not wised up to it? Or are we through the YouTube space? I don't know. What do y'all think about this?
Because reality takes work. And that's the most important thing, that we are men realizing that, the red pill, one thing about red pill is like, you can't undo it. You can't say, oh, well, I really want to go back to being blue pill because I don't want to even think about the fact that reality exists. Because once you're here, you have to do the work of it. You have to face everything that reality brings to you every day. And a lot of women don't want that reality. They rather just not do the work that it's going to take to be better, to be the best version of themselves, and just continue to get the results they've been getting because they can get by on it, right?
Okay, I'm not going to say a lot of women. We're going to say some women. Let me add.
I would say the majority, and that's not. Listen, that's not a shot at women. That most people don't want to grow, because growing is hard, right? So if somebody gives you some constructive criticism, this is not a gender thing, right? And most people are not trying to put in the work that it's going to require to become a better version of themselves. Most people like to live in mediocrity. So what Gaston's World said is absolutely true. That's the majority of women and the majority of men. It's not a shot at women.
Okay. We hear you.
I think y'all missing the point on this one, though.
Tell me, and then we're gonna go to let Ola get a comment in. Go ahead, sir. Mr.
Because if the question is, why do other communities have traditional values that they hold on to, i.e. marriage, i.e. religion, and why does our community not? I mean, yes, I'm a businessman, but I'm also a historian. Our community has been attacked by our own government for decades and decades to where we don't even have a community. Our last community leaders were assassinated by our government, and it's on record. So when you want to talk about why our community doesn't have traditional values or have a solid foot to stand on, we don't have a community to begin with. Our community consists of BET, and that's not even a Black-owned medium anymore. So come on.
If BET teaching the children, it's going to be a lot of hot girl summers out here. It's going to be a lot more winners. Oh my gosh. Ola, jump in.
What community do we really have?
Hey.
How you doing today, sir?
How you doing, Suzette?
Give me something positive. How are you doing? I'm happy to see you.
You're still asking these questions. This was the same question that took us down the rabbit hole the last time. I thought TLA told you to stay away from these topics.
I don't like to listen.
Was that on TLA's channel, or was that on?
You talking about my channel or when I was on his?
No, it was both of us. I came on. She was a guest on TLA,
yeah.
And I got roasted for the sign language stuff.
Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Yes. Take us from the rabbit hole now. Move.
All right.
Let me get your thoughts. Let me tell you about the conversation.
No, I was just joking. She got the joke. Yeah.
That was funny, it was bad, but it was funny.
Yeah, here we go again. It was bad. Now you want to get started again, right?
No.
All right, but it's all good. So I mean, the red pill is the truth and nothing more, right? Now the question is, what is the truth? A lot of people think when they say something is the truth is an absolute truth, right? So now it's subject to like everyone's interpretation of what the truth is, right? And the truth is that this Mr. Nice Guy finishes last, and it's the truth. I'm sorry. Like, it's not the nice guy, like particularly literally, right?
Okay.
Right? It's a guy who has expectations attached to the fact that he's nice. He feels entitled because he's nice. He thinks that beautiful girl, will like him because he's nice. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Address this. Let me ask you, since you're
I'm
on
sorry.
that. Look at this comment with Mila. Thank you, Mila. Caucasian women have not changed the way they have been courted. We need to heal on both sides. There should be accountability on both sides. Both roles but the roles are not wrong. So when it comes to dating and traditional courtship, then, so you're saying nice guys finish last. That's what you're saying, Ola. Are you saying that we cannot expect as women traditional courtship anymore because everybody is just kind of messed up, hurt, and that the red pill has told men, don't be too nice, be in it for yourself, protect yourself, that kind of thing? Is this never going to happen again for any of us, this traditional courting?
It will, but we may go in circles before we come back to the basics. There may be casualties. A lot of people may end up being alone until 50, 60 before they start to settle back to the basics. Basically what we are, the truth. The truth is that we need each other. That's just the bottom line. But we may have to go in circles, and because there's a transition going on, and we like to have these conversations like feelings and emotions and romance are not part of it, but they are. People do stuff that they wouldn't normally do if they were in their cerebral, if they were being logical. They would do that when they're romantically interested in something. They would do things that doesn't necessarily make sense, right? And they can't see that they're doing something that doesn't make sense. Both men and women, they just can't see it. That's the whole point of it, right? So there's a level we get to where we say, okay, we're destroying our community. We got to get it together, right? And I think we're going through that transition right now. There's going to be growing pain. And it is what it is,
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Yeah. I hate to be among any of this, the casualties and the people that's hitting the reality doses in the face and all that. Yeah. I see you, Life of Cash. Black folks were married. This is something that we know how to do, right? And a lot of the external forces that we just talked about. But 80%, 90% during slavery, we was married. We were married when conditions forced us to need each other. Oh boy.
Exactly.
And now it's so-called every person for themselves. This kind of you call it feminine, or not you, but people saying feminism. I call it Western individualism. But it's cutting us. It's making us feel as if, especially when we're from a root culturally of the village, that for some reason all of a sudden everybody's going to be every woman or every man for themselves. And what do you get for that? That is very destructive. And I think your point is well taken. Like Cash, TBE ads. Don't forget, the free housing and the food stamps that made Black women choose between their kids and their man. I hear you. We're not going down that rabbit hole.
They're here.
Yeah,
they're here.
We're going down. Life of Cash ads. Black marriage rates were sky high, exactly, through Reconstruction and even Jim Crow. So guys, where do we go from here? If I'm a single lady and I'm trying to date, and I'm trying to find a real one, I'm gonna go around. It's gonna be a round robin. What do you tell me to do or not to do? I'm gonna start with you first, Red Pill Hustle. What say you when it comes to advice for us ladies to try to find a real one?
I would say not leading with degrees and accomplishments. That's like really masculine. Like we don't really, man, I think for the most part, like that's kind of cool and everything, but we're not really like checking for that. It's not like, damn, she's got a law degree. Man, I think she's gonna be a great wife. I think she'll be a great mom. No, I'm thinking like, damn, she's gonna argue way better than I can. We're gonna get some crazy fights, right? So just don't lead with accomplishments and successes. I think that's probably one of the biggest things. Just lead with what you think that, or just ask men. Just ask men what do we want. and start doing those things. So whatever that looks like for the majority of the men that you're looking to date.
Okay. All right. Point well taken. Well said. Thank you, Red Pill Hustle. All right. Hola, come on. What we saying to the people? Because we got to finish up, but we want to get to some concrete do's, don'ts for dating. For the ladies, from your opinion, what can we be doing to make sure we're presenting our best selves and hopefully landing a real one?
I think you should find a nice nerdy dude and marry him.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Now hang out at the engineering college. Okay.
I,
We left school. What do we do if we left school?
I'm kidding. I don't know. It's a little difficult. I think we have to still bring it down to you strike the nail on the head when you said individual, whatever way you said it, individuality. How did you say it?
Yeah.
The individual thing, everyone for themselves. It's it's the Western thing. If you come here to New York, right, everyone is on their own. Everyone thinks they don't need each other. If you go down to the South, everybody understands still that we need each other, right? And if you go to Africa, a lot of people still, like, just in the general terms, people know that they need each other. When you go to the Western world, people start to say, I don't need each other. It comes with enlightenment, technology. It comes with everything we call civilization. And bottom line, that human beings in general, including the ladies, need to calm down. And not all knowledge are good. Not knowledge is double-edged sword. It cuts both ways. It's good, but it can also, if you don't learn how to apply humility in all of this, which is where the degrees and all that kind of stuff comes in, right? If you don't apply humility, you can self-destruct.
So let me ask you. Thank you for that point, Ola. Do you want your girl, or see you have a wedding band on? You're married, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been married 15 years.
Oh, praise God. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want your wife to help with the wealth building, or do you not want this person to contribute financially to your household? What say you?
So one of the things that I was going to say is that the individual thing is actually a strength and not necessarily a weakness. Depends on how you use it, right? So we need to bring these conversations down to individual. For me and my wife as individuals, right? Her particular strength, this is not true for all ladies. We cannot generalize this, right? Her particular strength is when she brings her feminine energy, the peace of mind, giving me the environment where I can go out there and hustle. And that's the particular strength for us here. It's not necessarily true for everyone else, right? So, but it's very important to know how to apply everything we know, all the facts, data, down to individual level. And if we continue to generalize, we're going to continue to shoot ourselves on the leg.
So, thank you for that. You're saying in your particular household, that's not where you want, or for your 15 years of bliss. Nah, that's not her strength. Her strength is helping you to see yourself as the with the ability, with the prayers, with the encouragement, etc.
Yes.
Now, if she was a different woman who could bring some money in, would you want that of her, or would you want her to stay in that lane for you as an individual?
For me as an individual, what I would do is what I would do if I was a CEO, a business owner of a company. I will find her strength, and I will have to plug that into where that fits in my life, right? With respect to the society we live in right now. If I keep pointing back at 1960, I will shoot myself on the legs.
Okay, so you're saying you're the CEO. We're gonna look at the chessboard. We're gonna see where everybody's strength lies for the family.
For the family.
And see if she could go out there and earn a buck, it's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna make you feel no type of way.
No. It could, because again, I'm a part of, this is where all the gentlemen need to look in the mirror, right? I'm a part of the society construct. If I plug myself into the Red Pill Manosphere community and I hear about 10,000 hours of this content, I may start to feel some type of way, right? So it's a little tricky, right? But if you understand that you have to work on yourself, once you get into the red pill ideology, there's the other side of it. Some people get stuck in the rage, right? The other side of it, you have to come out on the other side. Acceptance, healing, right? Once you come out on that other side, you know what is, like the other gentleman said earlier, there's no going back, right? But there's a way you can, there's application level to this. It's not just the knowledge.
I hear you. Okay, we're gonna go now to Mr. Real Estate. I see this. Thank you, Life of Cash, dropping some good dimes in the comments. Be respectful, please. I see you, Casual Observer. Be respectful, please. Red pill fallacy. Most women want the top 20%. I hear this all the time. Red pill suggests that men level up. Top 20% can change but there will always be the bottom 80 in looks, earnings, and fitness. I do think on both sides we must open ourselves up. Everybody trying to get the one baller, everybody trying to get the quarterback of the football team. It's not going to happen, especially as we mature. Hopefully we'll start looking for other factors that will make your life, your family stronger, and stop focusing on this. I love you. Thank you, Life of Cash. Let me see what Links is saying, and then we're going to go to Mr. Real Estate. What men in the red pill community space have come to learn is that modern women value accoutrements, things, over accompaniments, relationship. Lord God, is this? Oh man, let me read it again. What men in the red pill space have come to learn, ladies, where you at? Is that modern women value accoutrement, the car, the host, the money, the trips, and whatever, over accompaniments, which is the actual relationship. Is this true?
Yeah.
Woo, that hurts. I don't know, Links. That's the gist of what you're saying. Is you say facts?
It's just facts. Like Gaston's World referenced Kevin Samuel's show. These girls always talking about how much, when he asked them how much do you want to contribute to the family financial load, they always talking about 0 or next to nothing.
5% maybe, if that.
No, so we got we got two different messages. We're going to get the degrees, we're trying to hustle, be a lady boss, and then at the same time when you get married, you're like, I don't want to contribute. What's going on?
I mean, if we go back to what you were just asking the homie who's been married for 15 years, I mean, the issue is not, oh, if your partner makes a lot of money, would you be willing to accept that? The issue is there is only one head of household. And will a woman who makes over 100,000, over 150,000, will she still be comfortable in her femininity, allowing a man who makes less than her to be that head of household? Chances are not. Chances are women that make more want a man who also makes more than them, because women by default are hypergamous. So that's where the issue of the woman making a lot and whether or not that's going to fit with a marriage, whether traditional or not, comes into play. A lot of these women who make a lot have inflated expectations, and they do not understand the concept of a lead and a follow.
So, Mr. Real Estate, roll that into the question that Suzette was asking, that she asked the other two guys.
Can you restate the question?
Which question we were referring to, Gaston?
The one that you just asked, Ola and Red Pill.
Is it about his wife being?
I don't know. You asked him about what advice would you give a woman?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. What advice? Yeah, I mean, I've got sisters. I got a twin sister, 2 other sisters, and the advice I give them, I start right with the Kevin Samuels line of questioning. Do you want to be married? How many children do you want to have? After you have that last child, do you want to have to work to pay a significant portion of the bills? And if the answer is no, I then ask them, do you know how much a man needs to make to afford a family of 3, a family of 4, a family of 5? And when they finally have that information, then as a woman, you can start making some steps in the right direction. But if you're out there dating and you don't even know the answer to that, you don't even know that, oh, damn, I need a doctor making $250,000 to accomplish my goals, then you aren't going to go where the aspiring doctor lingers. You aren't going to go where the med school students are. You're going to think that being with Pookie and Ray Ray will still get you the same results, when in actuality, if you speak from a purely financial lens, when you start with the finances, you at least know where you're heading. If you're looking for a house, the first thing you do is get pre-approved for a mortgage to see what you can afford. Am I right?
Mr. Real Estate saying, please, thank you. I hear
you. Drink some water on that. Like,
yeah, drink some water on that, my brother. Let me push back a little bit. But
push back, girl. Let's do it.
No, because your point is very well stated and well taken. I would just offer that in past generations, and maybe this is a generational change. And I see you, Mika. Thank you. A lot of hood and street women say that they think that way, that not professional women. I hear you. One thing I was going to add is that in particularly communities of color, Black communities, we have had a history of women who have made more marrying men who have not made as much. I'm talking about 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. There was not always hypergamous. Now, maybe the attitude towards it has since changed.
When you said 20s, 30s, 40s, are you saying 1930s, 20s, 30s, 40s?
Yeah, sorry, excuse me, 19s and getting up into the 60s, because as domestics and other things, depending on where you worked, the city, et cetera, there were a lot of women that did make more than their husbands. I've been taught this, I think, from my church mothers. They were like, this is not new. I don't understand why women today are acting as if their husband is necessarily going to make more than them. This is anecdotal for me.
You said
I mean, it's a 19th century phenomenon for there to even be a working woman. So to say that women back then were working and making more than their husband is kind of a stretch.
No, we were domestics. Of course, Black women were working.
Women have always worked in one capacity or the other. Sometimes they worked on their husband's farm. Now, can I speak as an African, right?
Yes.
Because I know we're very quick to go back to, that's how they do in Africa. And it's a lot of fallacies in that. Women have always worked, even, yes, maybe sometimes in the capacity of working on their husband's farm, but women have always been involved in one shape, form, or the other.
Worked and made more than their husband.
Let me finish. Sorry.
I think y'all said two different things, though.
Yeah.
Because Suzette said that women made more than men, so you can't make more than me if you work on my farm. So I think you gotta.
Yeah, I'm gonna consolidate that.
Okay,
I'm gonna consolidate that.
Ola. Thank you. Thank you
So yes, but the point was going back to if they work or if they don't work, if they can allow them to to lead or something like that. Here's what I'm gonna say. At the end of the day, right, we need each other, right? Something has changed, and the idea that we're just gonna continue to disregard that a lot has changed, right? It's just not gonna work, right? I think at the end of the day, we have to bring it down to, okay, if she's the hypergamous thing, it's not just money, it's also status, it's also emotionally speaking, right? If yes, it's true that women are hypergamous, it's not something you decide to do, it's just what is, right? So but a lot of time we get stuck in the money aspect of it, which is what Brother Gaston was just trying to bring me back to. But it's also, yes, women will say what they think they want, but what they settle for in the long run over the course of time is quite different from what they may say what they want. We're stuck on what they say they want. They settle all the time. They've always settled. And that's the point I wanted to make there.
They settle when they get older and when their options expire, correct. But
no,
if
they settle when they're younger too. Yeah.
But what woman settles when she's younger?
I'll tell you like this.
21-year-old woman settles and gets married to Joe Schmo.
I'll say one sentence. Sorry, one sentence. Sorry. One sentence just to consolidate that point, right? The thing is that there's a higher chance. Sorry about that, Gaston. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Ola, you have the floor. Ola, go ahead, Ola. You have the floor.
Sorry about that. You there's a higher chance that women will settle with age. You're absolutely correct about that. Mm-hmm. But women settle across board. The numbers don't make sense if we think women don't settle. The numbers just don't make sense.
No, understood. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, understood. Yeah. All right. We want to get some advice here. I see the chat. Y'all still going in the chat. Thank you, favorite network. Sunbreeze says the men should network and find a way to think outside of the box and do better. I think that means level up in terms of economics.
Yeah. And if I can finish my answer, the whole reason why when I instruct my sisters or any women, when I instruct them on dating, we start with the financials, because first of all, we live in a capitalist society. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but a man, I mean, for the most part, we need a woman who looks good. Hopefully she can cook, clean. I mean, men have really small requirements, whereas a woman needs a man to provide for her and her children. And in a capitalist society, that's all going to be based on finances. So again, if you're going to start looking for anything, you got to start with your filter. And if women don't even have their filter and know the inputs and the outputs and what to look for, then how could they ever start looking for the right mate? Everything else that is said here today is just conjecture, unless they at least know who. And when I say who, I mean financially, professionally, who they are trying to court with. Most women don't even know the simple finances of how much it costs to take care of a family of 4. So if you don't know that, and you're dating a homie who works at 7-Eleven, and he's a good guy and he has ambitions and he's a rapper on the side, then no matter... Because my sisters have done this. My sisters have dated a dude that works at 7-Eleven who thinks he's going to be the next rapper, and because he has ambition...
But y'all dating a Foot Locker chick, though. So it's like the same
Because
thing.
men don't care how much you make. When I go on a date with a woman, I don't care how much her income is. I don't care if she works at Foot Locker or if she's a lead attorney. All I care about is, does she look good? Is she
You gotta
agreeable?
be
Do we
cheap.
vibe? I mean, I don't care about her career like that. And most men don't. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Jesus, help us, oh God. Okay, understood. I receive it. I'm listening and I receive it. Okay. So Gaston, you don't want to start the commercial. Red Pill Hustle when you started the commercial. Started the conversation. You got
Red
me
pill
so
commercial.
flustered here. You got me
Women are bad. Go your own way, man. No,
Oh my
I'm
God,
just kidding.
please. The reality of this. When you're ready, Red Pill Hustle, you come back up here. Okay, so in my
There he
lifetime,
is.
I'm hoping that we can get some. Wow. So wow. So Mr. Real Estate, your main point is understand the lifestyle you want to lead and date accordingly.
Yes,
That's your
start
main
with the
point.
financials. If you
Okay.
want a brand new car, you ain't not just gonna go to the car lot and just start looking and test driving everything. You're gonna watch some YouTube videos. You're gonna get pre-approved. You're gonna say, "Oh, damn, I can only afford 20,000. No, now that limits me." Okay, do I want a sedan? Do I want an SUV? Do I want a motor? I mean, women spend more time selecting their brand of makeup more than they put into the effort of selecting a mate.
Okay. So we're
they're
saying
coming
we
for
got to
you
be
in
a
the chat.
reality check of what it is that we're looking for in life, the partner, the potential partner that can offer it, if we are ready for that partner. And are you a big height, weight, dress size, that kind of person?
I mean, yes and no. I definitely date women who are a bit thicker, but I do see the rise in obese women who think that they're thick. I do see the rise of women who wear their shirts above their belly button and won't put it on their hips because they got a big old pot belly. So, I mean, I'm not that crazy with it where you have to be a size 5 and you have to be this weight, but I want you to at least look decent. I don't want you to weigh more than me. Can I pick you up? If you look down, can you see your own goods, or is there some rolls in the way?
You know, Mr. Real Estate,
We need Mr. Real Estate. We need him.
Apparently we need some of this reality. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Hey, it sounds harsh. It sounds harsh, but on the other foot, women are even harsher with men. Y'all can't be 5'5" as a man. You can't be broke. You can't have a speech impediment. You can't be this. You can't be that. So, well, sorry for saying I don't want a woman who weighs 300 pounds.
I'm gonna just digest what you're saying. Let me read some of the chat, Gaston. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna leave y'all one more last word. Ebony says, at a certain point, my mother paid all the household bill because my stepfather was not able to. That happened in my household. My dad got laid off, and my mom had to cover the bills for a little while before he could get back to work. Somebody says, as you get older, the entitlement, I think what you're saying, slowly goes away. Shernan says, yes, I don't let me read this. Oh, she was going back and forth with Life of Cash. I was specifically speaking to the men on the panel. Many women don't have male figures in their life to help them vet men, including me. Do you guys find that to be true?
That's true, but I've also found that even the women that do have men, I remember I asked a friend that question a few weeks ago, and she's like, "Yeah, I didn't ask my dad at all about my ex-husband, and now we're divorced." And I'm like, "Well, why not? You didn't think that maybe that would have
been a big thing, right?"
Right.
And I got sisters. I give them the game from the male perspective, and they still don't listen and do the opposite. So,
oh my goodness, what about this?
You can only lead a horse to water.
You're like, and they don't listen. So what about women can pay 50% of the bills and still allow a man to lead? Is this a true statement, gentlemen, from your perspective?
Not for the majority of women, absolutely not.
Jesus, no.
Well, I disagree. No, finish. Sorry about that, brother. Continue.
No, I'm just like kind of like Mr. Real was saying. Women are hypergamous. Like women are always gonna like. I guess modern women are in the West or whatever you want to call it are not looking at dudes who make equal or less than them and letting him lead. That is just like. For him as a leader and for her as a follower, that's just not a dynamic that's gonna work.
Okay, so you're saying that ain't happening, Eve. So don't get your money up while you wait.
I mean, that's the thing. So like, if you get your money up, because Jordan Peterson talks about this in some of his like interviews with like Kathy Newman and stuff. To be hyper competitive in the workplace requires a lot of masculine personality traits. So you have to compete. You have to be up all night. You have to be competing. You can't be taking time off work. You're skipping your vacations. You're doing a lot of things that like put you in like more of your masculine energy, and that it makes it more difficult for you to be feminine. So then you come out to the dating world, years later, right? I don't want to say use that, but you got more miles on you, right? Because you've been out here in these streets, and there's just like not a whole lot of positives. It's like it's kind of like a justification for I want to be in the workplace for X amount of years, and then but how did that really benefit your marriage? I'm not saying don't be a self-sustaining adult, but don't think that we care about your degrees and your education, because by and large we don't.
Women put
If it
much
helps,
more
that's
value on
cool.
their education than men do, and that's the disconnect.
This is what I'm hearing. Mr.
100%.
Real Estate, the amount of emphasis placed on how we were raised. I'm just thinking of a general immigrant family, Black women coming up 80s, 90s, and feeling like the education was all. And now hearing that men are saying, no, I'm not sure I need you to do that, because what Red Pill Hustle is saying, come in my house acting like you're going to run my stuff and don't turn it down. Or B, I can hold it down for both of us, it sounds like, if given the enough love and support. So I'm hearing that again is a huge disconnect.
So for me personally, right, the whole idea of allowing a man to lead is a strange thing to me.
Allowing? Okay, go ahead.
How's that strange?
I'll explain. It's a strange thing to me. I'm the guy that will push back against you for the most part here, guys. Okay, you may want to call that blue pill. Everybody sit tight. All right.
Put on your blue glasses. I got the blue Gatorade.
It's strange to me, and I think I understand where it comes from. Like the whole, like I get it. Like if a woman is masculine, if she's loud, how is she gonna allow you to lead? My question is that. Or what I think that's coming from is that what information, what school of thought is your leverage, right? Everyone is coming from a frame of reference, right? And there's a leverage, right? And what is pulling your lever? If what is pulling your lever is a certain school of thought, I get it. Like I know why you will feel that way. My school of thought as a man, as a leader, my understanding of what that means, which is not everybody's understanding, right, is that I'm controlling who I choose to engage or not. If she gives me some kind of attitude from the get-go where I would have to remotely feel that way, that's why I said we have to bring this down to individual level. There's a good chance she's not going to have that kind of space in my life, right? So that makes it non-existent that a woman doesn't allow me to lead. Now, if you're the type of person that engage a type of woman that would generally be loud and stuff like that, and you tend to attract that, again, I attract that, then I understand why you may feel that way. The other side of the argument where I get it for a lot of young people is that, yes, the dating scene has changed. It has changed. A lot of people feel like they don't need a man. If you're leading with the idea that you don't need a man, it shows in your energy. There's a good chance that a young man in this dating scene will feel on a general scale that you are the type of person that don't allow them to lead. But again, we got to go back to the basics. Why are you giving so much attention to people that will tend to not allow you to lead? Maybe we need to re-engage our power. Like the power that you can stay there or not stay there. It goes back to Mr. Nice Guy being entitled. Just because you're a man does not entitle you to that next girl allowing you to lead. Make it a non-existent thing for you. That's what I would do. Now, everything I just said is easier said than done, especially in this dating scene.
So it sounds like you're saying a man should naturally lead, and he shouldn't allow anybody into his kingdom who would negate or counter his natural leadership. I can agree with that.
So, Mr. Ola, you say you've been married for 15 years. How long ago did you meet your wife?
You say how long ago did I meet my wife? Mm-hmm. We dated for 3 years. Okay. I'm 42 years old now. I was in the game for 10 years and more into my teen years.
And is she from where you're from? Like you're both from the same?
Yes. Same background. Yeah.
Well, no, country. Like you have the
same background.
Where?
I was born in Dallas, raised in Nigeria. Hey, she was born and raised in Nigeria.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And so, all right, that's Suzette. What I've learned is that a lot of these conversations are more geared towards a more westernized civilization because there isn't that family building together, working together, structure taught here. Whereas if she was born and raised in Nigeria, then she was probably raised to be a wife. And so, I appreciate your input, but quite frankly, you got a wife to start with. Whereas we're dealing with women who are raised and taught to be individuals.
Yeah.
And while we're trying to navigate it, we're all trying to figure it out, work together. But I know, Suzette, it's okay.
Listen, we got about 15 more minutes. Y'all better come with some truth and some love.
What would be real interesting would be to hear his wife's perspective on the modern woman, since she is a traditional woman who was raised by fellow traditional women. So to hear her opinion on how the modern day city girl is tearing up the streets of America, that would be enlightening.
And then, because a lot of what you're saying, Ola, it sounds great. And quite frankly, if we could all meet women like you met your wife, then we may be able to apply it. But a lot of times the things, because you've been married for 15 years, and then on top of that, she was raised to be a wife, right? So a lot of what you're saying is not that it's invalid, because it works. It works for you.
Hold on. Does your wife have any degrees, Ola?
Yes, and my wife is a modern woman, just to be clear, and she's a modern woman. She's a Lagos girl. If you know what Lagos is, they're westernized.
Okay, so so she have degrees, because Janet, see you there, says American men are the only men who love uneducated women.
I mean, she may be modern compared to her counterparts back in the homeland, but ain't no modern woman married for 15 years.
I'll tell you like this. I've had, in 15 years, as you can imagine, right, I've had certain experiences. People that end up with the knowledge of red pill, it just doesn't fall out of the sky. You've had certain type of experience.
Right.
Can we all agree about that?
Yes.
Red
pill stories and rules
wait.
match. Yeah.
No, so before, before, if you have a red pill experience in life,
yes.
Yeah, but now these conversations have become mainstream. Mm-hmm. So there are people who, like Ola, I'm gonna be honest, with your wife, I don't know, have you had a red pill experience with her? Because you've been with her for 18 years, and if y'all had a point where it was like, man, I don't know if this gonna work, then I could be like, okay, tell us about that and how you overcame that, because that's a lot of our experiences, that we're in these relationships and then we meet some sort of adversity, and then we just say, both of us just throw our hands up, right?
So, Ola, your wife just do what you say. Go cook me dinner. Go spread me bed. Go wash chicken. Your wife just line up like that. The modern woman that just line up like that. That's what you got?
You don't even have to say. She knows what time it is.
Absolutely. Once you've been in it for 15 years, you get to that stage. You do get to that stage.
I want to serve my husband too, but are you saying like this?
No, see, here's the thing. No, this space is not mainstream. That's number one. I think we think it's
becoming more mainstream. That was the point.
All right. So
when Kevin Samuels has over 1 million views and he's the progenitor of the red pill space, we can say it's becoming mainstream.
Yeah, right. But that's 1 million. If you know what mainstream is, it's not 1 million. It's nowhere close.
Okay, we're getting there. So
right.
The point to take it.
Let me make the point. Right. The point I'm making there is this. Right. If you have a wife that's watching reality TV shows, right? If you have a wife that's watching regular mainstream TV shows, she's exposed. She will bring certain attitudes sometimes. Now, my question is, how do you handle it? How do you react to that? How do you respond to that?
Parental locks on the TV. Got it.
Oh yeah, good question. The good answer, right? Now, if your answers always go in that's a good joke. I'm not gonna act like Suzette and say that's not a good joke.
No MTV, no E Network.
Where are we going?
Right. If the way you respond to that does not conform with the times we live in, if you don't bring your leadership level to the 21st century, you're gonna have a problem. You will end up in divorce.
You talking about men and women, or just men?
Especially a man.
Okay. I see this, and I kind of feel like this. That you took the words out of my mouth. Thank you. Outside of social media, seems to highlight the extremes. Who in their real life encounters regular women who are city girls? Are y'all really encountering these?
All the time.
Yes.
Where are y'all going to meet the city girls?
Major cities. I don't know where y'all live at, but
The average African American woman is on that city girl stuff. It is a very small minority that is the Suzette Speaks, who presents herself well, elegant, can have a conversation. I mean, this is a rarity.
Wow.
Why do you think I hopped up here and showed my face?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I used to work in
I
downtown
guess you
Detroit.
can't find no real love. Ooh, child.
I want
She
to
said
say
you
that I
can't
used to
go-
work in downtown
Y'all gotta
Detroit
leave us
at a
with
bar.
some nugget of
She was saying you can't go on the show. That's what she's saying.
Oh, I can't go on Real Love with the Love Miami, the love show. What is it called? Ready for Love.
So the question, I think you were trying to wrap up, actually, Suzette.
Yes, I'm trying to find a good high note to wrap up.
So
We're
the
not
question-
quite there, but go ahead, Gaston.
The question you asked everybody, and I kind of wanted to just give my response to that, was
Yes.
what advice would I have for women? So first and foremost, I think just to begin to accept reality, right? Begin to accept the reality of where you are in society. Like, it's a tough one to even say out loud, but where you stand matters, right? Men have to learn that we're not all millionaires. We all, absolutely have to make our value to society. And if women have, like Mr. Real Estate was saying, women have to decide where they want to be, and then if they can be there. Like, is it realistic for them to say they want to be there? And live in it. That's red pill. So that's what the whole conversation was today. And it sucks. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. It's not, an enjoyable experience. Red pill sucks, right? But it's reality. And like Ola said, we can't go back to being blue pill. Because when you start the first thing that we saw in the Matrix when he took that red pill and he woke up, he was in a pool of like this slime. I don't know if y'all remember that movie. It came out in
Symbiotic fluid. Yep.
Right. So it came out back in 1999, but he had to wake up and inhale. And that first inhalation, or actually no, he threw up the symbiotic fluid that was in his lungs.
Yep. Took the tube out.
Right. And so that whole process of waking up was jarring. And that's the whole point, is when you start to embrace reality and stop having these, it's going to be this way because that God will bring, whatever. I love God too, but he's not about to just drop no man in your life. Like, you got to do some work. And that reality is sobering for all of us. Men have to realize it a lot sooner. If we want anything in life, anything of value, we have to know that.
I'm with you. We're both in this in fluid and waking up. There's some work that we have to do. Hold on, where you going, dog? We gotta drop you down.
You got some weird noise. I mean, if we stick with the Matrix analogies, if we stick with the Matrix analogies, I mean, at least the men have taken the red pill. The women haven't even taken the pill yet. In the red pill community, men know, hey, I need to make this much. I need to look like this. My muscles need to look like this. And we take the actionable steps to get there. Most women are still living in la la land where they think they shit don't stink and, body positivity and this and that. So if they don't even realize there's a problem, they won't even start taking the actionable steps to change it.
Lord God. I see Andrew in the back. Andrew, you're going to get a lightning round. Go ahead, Mr. Ola. We'll thank you because I got to wrap this up, y'all. We going extra. Right. Thank you, Ola. Andrew, real quick, what say you, sir?
Oh, yeah. All right. Just want to say this real quick. People need to learn to court one another. People want immediate gratification too much. If you sit down, speak, don't even go out with each other. Get to know who you are, know what you like and don't like. Then you invest in engaging in social activities. If we don't do these basic core things, because courting doesn't exist as much anymore, you're not going to be happy. Nothing is quick. You build off of using your mind and carrying yourself a certain way. So even the imperfections that one has doesn't matter as much. If we learn to like the core personalities.
Yes, back to basics, getting to know the person beyond the bedroom, beyond the money, beyond all of this, back to basics of who the person is. How do they grow up? What are their values? Do you have shared values? That kind of stuff.
Yes, that's it. That's why people are getting married quicker, because they courted. They got to know each other. They got to speak about family, speak about values. Then you meet one another. You talk to one another. If we don't do these simple things, we're done. That's all I'm saying. We are
Boy, Andrew.
overcomplicating.
Yeah,
Bye
we're
bye.
going in a
I got
circle.
you.
Some people saying like, Sue, I don't hear the end result. So I'm going to drop you down. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Mr. Real Estate. I want you back. We're going to have this conversation again because this was a nice, juicy one for the people. I see the chat was going crazy. The likes was going crazy. Thank you, Mr. Real Estate, for coming up. And I appreciate your cash app
All right, see you
support,
later, Mr.
sir.
Real Estate.
I'll see you soon, okay?
See you.
All right. Thank you. Boy, I have to bring this to a close, even though I feel like there's so much more that we could say.
There's
But
always room for a part two.
yeah, we're
And
gonna do a part two, Gaston. You done set the world on fire, bro. Gaston's world done set the world on fire. Y'all throw up the cash app one more time. Thank you again for everybody who has supported. I'm gonna throw up the ticker with everyone who sent me something. Appreciate you for your support of this stream and this type of media. Gaston's world, I am grateful that you have broken down red pill versus blue pill philosophies, what the manosphere is, where we are in terms of where the content is going. And hopefully you guys heard from a man's perspective, 5 men's perspectives, what we need to do. Ladies, tips, again, take what you need. What they say, get the meat, spit out the bone. Take what you will from it. I'm not saying I'm agreeing to everything that was said, but I respect differences of opinion. I respect a male's opinion in what they're seeing in the dating game and how they can help us see eye to eye. And instead of city girls and city boys kind of being in our DMs in our lives, we need to wake up so that we can have a proper and which I say productive dialogue. And I definitely want to give Gaston's world a big salute. Gaston, if you have anything else to add, I'm so sorry, y'all. We out of time. I'm way over time. Y'all see the cash app. Go ahead, Gaston.
So just really quickly, the advice from the Manosphere is for men, right? A lot of times women are a part of these conversations, and we absolutely want to have conversations with women because we're all one society, right? But advice from the Manosphere when it comes to dating, mating, relationships, and making yourself your best self is primarily for men. That's why it's called the Manosphere. And so when we have these conversations and there are contradictions or interjections, we amongst us, like, we know how we need to handle it, right? And I just want for everybody, here, one, if you haven't already subscribed to me, got RM dropping the link in the chat. I appreciate it. But absolutely, take it with a grain of salt, right? Chew up the meat, spit out the bones, because it's not all going to make sense all the time. It's not always going to, make you feel good. It's not. That's not the point of it. The point is embrace the conversation, be here for the conversation. And hopefully once we stop all the, sign language between us, we can come to some real results and conclusions in our communities. So, as always, I want to thank you, Suzette, for having me here.
Yay, we did it. Oh, man, we were nervous about this. Y'all made this such a pleasure. Nothing but love. I see y'all for Gaston's World. Everybody's like, yeah, let's go over it. Thank you, Shernon. Thank you for being here. Preach, Mr. Real Estate. Mr. Real Estate got a fan club over here, too. Get your channel up, bruh. I want to have you back because you have very good insight. Bring some women up. So funny that you would say that. Because next week, Thursday, I'm going to be having Michonne Denise. You saw her in the comments, real heavy. Michonne Denise, and we're going to take it from the woman's side next week, Thursday. We haven't set a time. I think 4. I think we said Thursday. Let me tell you the date. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can get the notification and hit the notification bell. But Thursday, yes, the 13th at 4. Thursday the 13th at 4, we want to take some women's perspective on what we've been talking about. We're going to open it back up. Tuesday, I have a show coming up with the founder of Club Rapunzel. She has a very interesting story. She provides a nice hair care box, like those subscription boxes. She's a very cool lady. She's coming up Tuesday at 2. So every Tuesday, every Thursday, and here on Jamaicans.com, Facebook page, as well as my YouTube on Saturdays, usually around 12, around midday. But I've enjoyed the discussion. Yes, I hear you, Magnificent. Magnificent. We're going to bring the ladies in I love the chat. I'm going to go back and read all of it. You guys, thank you, RM, one of the most fantastic moderators. Thank you, everybody who Cash App. Thank you, Mr. Real Estate, for the final Cash App, showing love yet again. Mr. Real Estate in the building. I'm going to throw it up one more time because y'all know I just got to do what I got to do. But we supporting Black media. We're supporting elevating discussions. We're supporting wonderfully balanced. Like I said, male perspective here. Next Thursday, we're going to take it to from the ladies' perspective on dating and all these other things. But you see the Cash App there. Support if you can. Thanks to all of you guys who have helped purchase my new background coming soon. While done paint up. No, we have to put up the flowers on the grass and whatnot. But all of this has been so rewarding so far. And again, nothing like my patrons who have been with me and supporting me, Gaston's World. You are indirectly one of the reasons why I'm kind of making such progress. He's not only a wonderful moderator, content creator, but he also helps me in terms of the ideas and stuff. So he's a great resource. Go check out his content. And if you want more of this type of content, you see my Patreon on the screen, y'all. My Patreon is live since December. We've had good chat here or there. Y'all are going to get my exclusive presentation from my women's conference. Like I told you at the beginning of the stream this morning, I did a presentation at the Beyond Woman magazine conference. And I'm going to put that out only for my patrons. Y'all are good. Get oh God, some good work. I'm not gonna say it again. I was on fire during that conference, so right. I appreciate you. When you know you killed it, I felt so good when I finished my.
So you have it recorded, or
yeah, no, they're recording the stream, and they told me I could get my portion to share with my Patreon. So you guys on Patreon, you'll have that as a little treat. I might put like 8 minutes on regular YouTube, but you're not getting the whole thing. I'm gonna give my Patreon the whole thing so y'all can start out 2022 right. But anyway, Gaston's World, you see him. Go over now. Subscribe. Show the Black Manosphere some love. He was brave. He was bold. He was honest. And I'm so grateful to you, Gaston, for illuminating us on red pill versus blue pill and where the Manosphere does and is yet to be. So I appreciate you. We're going to do this again, bro. We're going to do this again. Love you. Appreciate y'all. Y'all go to his page. Y'all see how it's spelled. Gastons World. Gaston's World. We're showing love and support. We're going to get him monetized very quickly. Like I said, he's a hardworking man. He be putting out them streams at midnight, though, bro. I'd be like, why you up? I love the support. I'll be in the chat when I can, but sometimes he like a little late night streaming. But it's good.
Well, I got a stream coming up today at 6, so it'll be
okay. I can come back on 6. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. Appreciate the support, Gaston. I'm gonna let you go down and hold tight back there. We'll do some debrief. Love you, and again, thank you to everybody who has been supportive of this platform. Suzette Speaks platform is not just about me. It's about y'all. It's about elevating. It's about educating. It's about evolving. All right, we don't all have it together. We don't all have the answers. We all have our own story, and we're learning from one another while we share. We're learning how to, what should I say, fix the narrative, change the narrative. You know, we were one way, but we can learn to be other ways too when it doesn't serve us to be that one way. So we're hopefully opening the conversation, opening up our minds, our hearts, our spirits to new tools. Right? New perspectives that can serve us, right? So love y'all. I've enjoyed. This was a long stream. I lost track of time, but I love y'all so much. Thank you again to everyone who contributed. Mr. Real Estate, Urban Lady, Reggie Smith, Xavier Samuels, Janet Walters, Willie Waka Whistle, as well as Alexander and Michelle L. Thank you to all my wonderful Cash Apps. You see the Cash App support is still open, y'all. Show some love if you can. Thank you, Andrew. Put your name up there, Andrew. Thank you with the $30 Cash App, Andrew. Big up NYC. Big up. Thank you for your support. Always supporting, always holding me up and trying to make sure, thank you for the encouragement in general. But thank you always for also supporting this type of media, this type of message, and this type of conversation. All right. Lots of love to Uno. My God, me tired, me hungry. My God, me love Uno. Big up Jamaicans.com for co-hosting. Big up my peoples on the Facebook and big up my YouTubers. Thank you very much for watching and being a wonderful part of this conversation. All right. Lots of love. See you on Patreon a little bit later, probably next week. And then I'm going to put up, like I said, today's conference message that I gave as a treat for my Patreons for their dedication. All right, RM, my God, I can't read everything. Love or no, love the channel. Thank you, Mika. Love you guys. Thank you. Hit the like button before you leave. Hit the like. Thank you, guys. It's rough out here. I know, Tolu. If you can't do the Cash App, it's all right. It's all good. That's all right. You can come back. You can give a super chat when you're ready. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Geez. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my new patron. Thank you, Mr. Real Estate, for joining my Patreon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't say it. It doesn't seem like it's enough. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming over to Patreon. We're going to get busy over there. If you like content like this, good conversation, uplifting conversation, self-awareness conversation, emotional intelligence conversation, thinking conversation, go over to Patreon and join me. I appreciate y'all so many. Thank you, Mr. Real Estate, for joining the Patreon. Thank you. That means so much. That means so much to me. All right. Me love or no. I forgot. These long goodbyes. These long goodbyes. These long goodbyes. These long goodbyes. Oh my God. Gaston, you joined the Patreon? Gaston's World. Gaston just joined the Patreon. And I'm going to get off this. Thank y'all for y'all support. I'm going to get off this. Thank you. 4 p.m. UC or Michonne, give me a call, darling. This week we need to go ahead and outline the conversation for next Thursday. I appreciate you. Michonne Denise, you see her, also a wonderful content creator, going to take us from the woman's side next Thursday at 4. Can't wait for it. We're going to see what the ladies got to say. Yes, I'll be here next Thursday at 4. Subscribe to the channel. They said Gaston was dropping truth bombs. All of it is always a good conversation. We're just trying to keep it positive, right? And transparent so that we can make, some difference. Thank you. Red Pill should watch more Suzette and vice versa. I hear you, Tolo. Thank you for all your insight. And Life of Cash, thank you for all your insight. I saw so many good nuggets from y'all. All right. See you Thursday with Michonne. See you Tuesday at 2. And big up to my Patreon. All right. Love you. Gotta go. Bye. Bye. Take care. Have a blessed rest of your weekend and a terrific week. Love y'all. Okay. Thanks for your support. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all your support. All right. See you guys very soon. Take care.